is time for us to choose. A new age is upon us. It is time for us to choose. A new age is upon us. is time for us to choose. A new age is upon us. It is time for us to choose. A new age is upon us. It is time for us to choose. A new age is upon us. It is time for us to choose. A new age
I
is
like
upon
feeling
us.
shit.
Hi,
Hi. Oh, hey, Tony.
Hello.
how's everyone?
Oh, just great.
Yeah.
Ollie's here. Hi, Ollie.
Hello.
Okay. So last game, guys, I Neverwinter, and had a meeting in the Hall of Justice, or outside the Hall of Justice, with Sir Laniver Strail, a knight of the Order of the Gauntlet. Reported to him that Sir Beric Nylif had experienced a giant attack, a front giant attack up in Bryn Shander. However, he was okay. Heard reports of a offshoot sect of the Order of the Gauntlet known as the Order of the Gilded Eye, who have taken root in Helm's Hold, who, by Sir Laniver Strail's report, are very zealous and very borderline fanatical in their fervor. And I believe we had just ended the session with you guys finding an inn, or going to find an inn, and we could kind of just wave over it and say for a silver, you guys had a room at one of the local inns, and we can start with a long rest and morning with what you guys would like to do while you are in covering City of Neverwinter.
I would like to send a letter.
Okay. To who and how far away are you sending?
I want to send a letter to my mum in Aberdar.
Okay. You could probably hire a courier. That is quite some distance. Likely cost you a good. Ah. Okay. Gotta do math.
Sorry, my laptop might fall. My run out of battery, so I'm just trying to find the charger.
All right. You can find a courier in the city who would be willing to take a message for you that far. However, they will charge you 100.
Hmm.
Sorry, Mum.
No,
Not
I think
happening.
I-
Melania will offer, because she has a bit of money on her, she can offer to pay anything that you guys need.
Oh well, that's very nice.
Just for
Hmm.
reference, because I think you would have knowing where you're from and where you are now, you would have an idea that to travel by road and trail to get to Citadel Adbar, it's in excess of 1,000 miles. So you're looking at probably half the continental U.S.
Hmm. Well, I think that's a fair price. And don't worry, I've still got some money left over from Arrakis that I can spend.
Blood money.
I think you find it's bird money. Yeah, I'll find a career and I don't think I gave my mum a character name.
I don't recall if you did. If you did, it's in your backstory.
Mhm.
If you want, you can just type up something in Discord and send it to me.
Yeah, so I was planning, but the gist of it will be that hey, I'm alive. Sorry I didn't reach out so soon. I was depressed. Love you. Kiss kiss. But yeah, I'll send up I'll send a message later. A letter to me, mum.
Okay. Do you already have parchment and ink and quill and all that?
No.
Okay, there's probably like an office or something that you're hiring this courier at. Throw in another gold for the supplies that you have to pay for the letter. They charge you rent.
Do I get to keep the pen afterwards, or do I have to rent the pen?
Do you ask, or are you just taking the pen? Or it's more of a quill. It's not really a pen.
I might need a quill.
Biggest issue I'm having on renting fees on ink. It's going to be real
Yeah,
hard.
I think if you're throwing in the extra gold for the supplies, they'll give you the quill.
Nice score.
But a jar of ink and parchment would cost you extra.
No, I'm just taking the quill.
Is there any other business that you guys wanted to do in Neverwinter? I can drag us over to the map real quick. As a reminder, the Tower District is pretty much non-existent. There are recovering buildings there, but not very populated at the moment. This huge area here that looks like it's a street, it's not actually a street. That's where the chasm to the Underdark was that they sealed over. Yeah.
All right, people, lads, lasses, everybody in between. Let me double check on the plan here. We're going to go to Waterdeep. We're going to make a stop at a monastery, kill a bunch of crazy burning cultists, maybe return one of them alive, then go back to Waterdeep.
Well, we're not heading out to kill them. We're just gonna have a little chat with them. We don't know anything about them, you know?
Yes, in our experience, our chats with people often never end in violence.
Well, I think you've caught me and Blue in a bit of an awkward position. The past couple of times we've just been fighting the frost giants, but usually we end things peacefully, don't we, Blue?
No.
Well,
Actually,
at least he's honest.
I think more peacefully than regular people. Actually, no to that as well.
Where exactly is this hold again? Oh, Helm's Hold. It's on the map.
Yeah, it's maybe half a day's travel from Neverwinter.
So we go there, do what we do, go back, have a nap, go down to Waterdeep.
What did they say was his squire's name? I can't remember.
It was...
Jerome.
That's not it. It was a woman. She was
From
one.
Wilkes Booth, boy.
Jerome I.
That's still a
Jeremy
guy's
is
name.
his male's name.
It could be gender neutral. It's
Only
2021.
in your mind,
I
you
wasn't gonna
sexy.
go there. Call people what they want to be called. Danica Zarn. That was her name.
Okay.
2 R's.
All right.
Not
I'll
that it
remember
matters.
that there's 2 R's. Yes.
Also 2 N's.
Oh my god.
And 2 A's, please.
Nope. Well,
With a
I
f-
mean, technically there's 3 A's? Technically there's 3 A's in her name. But this is you.
Yes. All right. Okay. Well, if we do visit this place, what exactly are we gonna say?
Hmm.
How about we go like really make it out like we're another religious cult, just for giggles? It's like, we are here to smite you under the might of insert god name here.
Mm. I feel like that's not gonna work very well.
Could be funny, though.
least, yes, it could be.
I'd rather not go under the banner of another god.
Alright, we'll use yours then. Jeez. People are so
Yeah.
picky with the Holy Crusades nowadays.
I was sort of just thinking we could knock on the door and ask them if we could just have a chat, you know? And if they tell us to feck off, then we'll feck off.
Casual cup of tea with some cultists.
Yeah, if they let us.
I mean, they burn people alive, Bulwark. Like innocent people.
Oh, well, we'll find out.
Why do you want to talk to these people? I'm so confused. It's like an almost 180 degree switch from your normal personality.
Mm, I, like I said before, I try not to throw the first punch, and I try to de-escalate things. But in the past couple of times we fought something that hasn't really been that option. I'm trying to keep on doing that.
I mean, based on what we've heard, they're clearly, if what we've heard is true, they're clearly not amazing people. But we also don't know too much about them, so not too hasty in casting judgment.
Well, we can always just give them a wide breath, and if they look evil, then we'll have a chat.
Wait, we're gonna have a chat only if they look evil?
What does it mean
I
to
don't
look?
know.
You see me, right? Put like some bags under my eyes and an evil grin on my face, and that's essentially evil.
I always
Why
thought
are
it was just
people
fancy.
evil? All right. Well, personally, I don't know that this is our business to get involved in. I would prefer personally to head down to the tribal trail and head towards tribal to deliver. Uh, you two might not be aware, but we had a few death notices to give out when we visited Nightstone. There were a few unfortunate deaths.
I thought the plan was to go down to Waterdeep and then up through Golden Fields and then to Tribal.
Yeah, but the road heads to Tribal, and then we can head straight down to Waterdeep. It looks like it'd be a more efficient journey.
But then we have to just go back up. Oh, we have to go back up that road because we have to go to Mirabar. Remember?
We don't have to go to Mirabah. I thought we discussed that. It's a bounty, but it's all the way in Icewind Dale. It's not in Mirabah. They were just from Mirabah.
Ah. You know, I really got to stop paying attention when you people are speaking.
Hey, I'm back. What's up?
No, you had left.
If
So,
you guys want to visit this Helm's Hold, then we can, but I just don't feel that it's our business. It sounds like they aren't.
Sorry, guys. Discord
doing-
keeps crashing.
It sounds like they aren't doing the best things, but I'm sure that would be handled by people who are more in the know than us.
I mean, they're not doing a very good job of handling it as is. And I thought you people were all about, you know, saving the people and woo, heroes. I mean, you even came up with a hero team name.
Yeah, for branding purposes. Well, if you're uncomfortable with the blue, you don't have to go, but I thought we could just go around and say hi. And if they're still doing stuff when we head back up north for whatever reason, then we can pay them another visit.
Right, we're going back up the high road.
I said if.
I'll follow if you guys want to visit, but we have a lot of things to do, and I don't feel comfortable confronting these people that I don't really know anything about.
Yeah, that's fair.
you can make a religion check if you like, Blue. If you can recall hearing about this order before.
Sure. Where's that? There it is.
So with 16, I think what you know is that the Order of the Gilded Eye is indeed a offshoot sect of the Order of the Gauntlet. Their primary mission, at least that of their inquisitors, was to protect the North from otherworldly threats, particularly demons from the Abyss and other areas of the lower worlds. They will destroy any individual that they believe to be corrupted by such influence, along with those who oppose their beliefs or stand in the way of.
Right, so very zealous sort of witch trial sort of things. Gotcha.
Not unfounded. There have been, at different points through history, increases and upticks in demonic insurgences or devilish insurgences. Extraplanar threats are not an uncommon thing, like things from the far realms invading So it's not as though this order is not right, right? So there is an extraplanar, or there are extraplanar threats to Faerun. They're just very zealous in how they go about handling it.
They're just a little bit too comfortable, you know, killing innocent people to kill the bad people.
No,
Yes,
no.
Victory at any cost.
As we all know, witch hunts only kill 100% convicted. They are 100% right every time with every kill. There has never been an innocent kill by a witch hunt at all by mistake. Not once.
Very true. Okay, well, yeah, I guess Blue would share this with the party and say, well, from the stories I've heard, they do, they're trying to do a good thing, but they can take it a little bit far without enough evidence, I guess. They can hurt people who don't really deserve to be hurt.
See, the problem I have with it is what is Pretty Boy told us, the burn people who stand in their way as well. I mean, that's the whole issue I have. I mean, I got no love for demons, I mean, because I've never met one. But yeah.
And they've also been rumored to be very much against people who don't worship. Well, correct me if I'm wrong, Tony, but if they don't believe in their god or stand in opposition to them, they can be a bit rude about it, to put it lightly.
Just to make sure we're on the same page here, by rude you mean murder, right?
It's not as if they go around slaying people simply because they don't believe in Helm, who is their patron deity. Helm is, with that 16, Helm is the patron of guards and knights, and portfolio is that of watchfulness. So the whole thing about like watching from extraplanar threats, that kind of fits right in line with portfolio. It's not like they go and just kill anyone who doesn't believe in Helm. It's, if there's a child who has been possessed by a demon, it is more likely than not that these people's solution will be slay the child. And if anyone stands in their way and say, no, that's wrong, they'll probably cut down that person too.
3 people making the same joke.
Yeah, how did we all have the same joke?
I had the exact same joke, but I didn't say or type it out.
These are the most terrifying threats this world faces.
I agree.
Yeah, so they kill babies.
Overpopulation is real. That's not. I'm not saying that they've done that. I'm saying that's the type of thing they would do.
You know,
well,
the difference between somebody who's killed a baby and somebody who would willingly kill a baby.
So Helm's Hold is sort of marked in this hex there. So
No,
is it
the dot is in the same hex as
right? Gotcha.
Yeah, it's like half a day's travel from Neverwinter.
Okay. Well, I guess Blue was saying, well, unless you guys have an issue with it, I would propose that our course of travel is to Tribor and then down to Waterdeep. And it might be a quicker, and I would actually very much like it if we maybe took a little bit of a shortcut through the forest. That's obviously we don't have to do that, but I would very much enjoy that. I guess on the way we can go and have a chat to these people and see what we think. But I don't know.
I think that the forest is a really good idea, because less sunshine for Malira, and never really spent much time in the trees.
Yeah, I haven't spent too long in the Neverwinter Wood.
You know, thinking about it, if we do your way to Tribor, we go through less port towns, which means there's a less chance I'll get in trouble somewhere until Waterdeep. She's always a win.
Do you want to confess something to us, Cole? We're not the extremely judgmental type. You seem to have your head on straight. I just don't want to get arrested by someone.
It's been confessing like every other minute.
I'm very open about my pirate past.
Yeah, but like, is there any like big score in particular you did that's got you, or is it just general piracy?
Okay, so if there's a ship, I rob them.
I guess what he's asking is, have you ever robbed anything that was like the job to end all jobs? Something that put you on the map. Like,
Oh,
everyone is hunting you for this.
I mean, they're not hunting me. Well, I imagine I'm not very well liked, and there might be a bounty on my head. I don't know. I don't go on the mainland much.
Fair enough.
So the answer is very probably. But I didn't kill them without, unless they tried to kill me.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
I'm a thief. I'm not a murderer.
In a way, you and your crew were kind of similar to my clan. We wandered the earth, you wandered the sea. We helped people, you robbed people. It's a lot of parallels there.
Oh yeah, similar things. that is a tenuous link. I'm sorry for breaking character, but that is a tenuous link.
Always making connections in some very genius ways.
Assuming you're having this conversation on the road out of Neverwinter.
Yeah.
You take a few miles down the high road and then offshoot onto this kind of footpath that leads up a hill that kind of plateaus out into this large stone-walled edifice. And as soon as you start on the footpath, you can even see this structure in the distance, because dominating the skyline is this large gray stone cathedral beyond walls. And in a kind of backdrop to that, even there's this waterfall that is cascading behind this keep that lets out into river that feeds into Neverwinter. You can clearly see that there are several armored people patrolling the wall on top, as well as a contingent of guards at the entrance to this, which you know to be a monastery. As you approach, the portcullis is open. They give you certain looks as you enter, but they don't stop you. The guards are all wearing chainmail shields, spears, and over their chain they have this red tabard, on which is an upright left steel gauntlet with a very stylized eye on the palm, not palm, but the whatever the back of the hand is called. And the gauntlet is gold.
I think it would be wise for us not to mention our dealings with the other people from the Order of the Gauntlet.
Probably true.
And so where you have entered is having crossed this river here. Actually, no, I apologize. You would have entered here near Area 7, and you would have had to have passed through a refugee. And I think you would have gotten the gist walking through and overhearing conversations that these people are refugees from nearby hamlets that have been destroyed by giants.
Are any of them begging for food? Or are they like hungry?
No, actually, they seem pretty well cared after, and you would actually notice that there are a number of people wearing Order of the Gilded Eye signifiers tending to the wounded or the ill.
They didn't seem all that bad.
Yeah, I have to admit, this was not what I was expecting.
Walking in to the keep itself, area 12 on that ping, that is a multi-storied inn called the Venturer's Rest.
Tony, I don't know if we're meant to see this, but we can see the number hotkey in the corner.
Number, yeah, you can see that. That's fine.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, as long as you can't see my notes. Good. Yeah, you can see the key. That's fine. There are. It's kind of It's not a very well kept place, right? Like a lot of the buildings are in like disrepair. Venturer's Rest seems probably the most upscale area within line of sight of the entrance. This place looks like it's seen a lot of use over the years.
Really feel like this was not what any of us were expecting.
Oh, and water vehicles, that means basically any ship. There are a number of different ships in different books.
Would I been able to have a quick chat with one of the people tending to the sick and wounded?
Sure. A female moon elf, wearing chain with a holy symbol of the around her neck of the gold gauntlet with a stylized eye on it, is setting a broken leg when you approach her.
Evening. Are you free for a second?
One moment. And like very methodically and without much compassion, she kind of, you hear a snap as she breaks the leg. And then she takes a rather thick piece of wood, places it next to this person's leg, and begins to tie several cloths around it. And then hear the man scream as she places it down and still. And she says to the man, "You need to be laying down for at least a week now."
Wait, did you say she broke his leg?
Yes.
As in, like, it was perfectly fine, then she just snapped it.
Beyond seeing what you've seen, you don't have any context for the situation. Make a medicine check.
Damn, she's fucking buff.
Can
Can
I
I
also
make a
make one?
medicine check just for fun? Just for fun.
Yeah, Bulwark, as far as
20.
you know, this woman just snapped this man's leg. But Malia, you would know that this man, from what she's done, you can kind of infer that he had already broken his leg before, but it did not heal properly. So she re-broke it and set it to have it properly heal.
Did she like break his femur or like his like calf one?
With a 7, you can't tell. You just heard the snap and probably like looked away or went like.
I'd say we're a small little adventuring troop. We're not new to these parts, just trying to get the lay of the land. Is there anyone we can talk to find out some information about your order? We just want to know who the righteous players are in this area of the woods.
Says, if you're interested, you look as if you're adventurers. Find Zara Dalcor, likely in the cathedral. We've been looking for someone to handle a few matters.
Ooh. Alright. I'm no genius, but that kind of sounds like that kind of thing.
And as she's kind of stand up and looked and addressed you, see she has this silver hair. It's not gray, but her skin is kind of on the paler side, and she has like hazel eyes where the green is a bit more dominant. If you make your way to
Well,
the edifice there, cathedral's the biggest building in the keep.
Gotcha.
did you see just fucking snap that person's leg?
Yes, very much so.
I I believe she broke it because it didn't grow again right, really. I believe he already had a broken leg, and then it didn't set right, and then she broke it against it so it could set right.
Gotcha.
He nods. Very astute of you. Yes, that's exactly what happened. This man had his leg crushed by a giant. And in the time it took him to arrive here, it set in progress.
Where was this giant attack? We've gotten pretty good at dealing with them, especially frost giants.
Well, as I said, Zara Dalkar can give you more information. I'm not authorized to contract out.
Give her a minute.
That was a weird way of phrasing that, right?
Weird way of phrasing what?
Just the way she just said that. That seemed weird to me.
Did it seem evil?
I'm not gonna say evil. It just seemed weirdly militaristic.
I guess. Do they have any of the Order of the Gauntlet in the Underdark? Zero.
No, they don't. They don't. I don't think they really go down there. I haven't seen any anyway.
You know, I'm starting to be angry at elves a little bit.
What?
Why is it that every single elf is somehow incredibly pretty? It's not fair. It's just not.
It's not because the elves are pretty. It's just because you're a little bit ugly.
I'm not gonna deny that, but still. Also, you're not a great look at yourself, Bulwark.
I think you'll find by dwarven beauty standards, I'm actually quite a catch.
Really, I didn't think your beard was quite long enough.
Well, you know, I'm a working man. Can't have it too long.
I'm working on my beard length.
Oh, I'd have it longer, but all the ones with the long beards are kings who sit around and do nothing. You gotta keep it short, stay in good fighting condition.
It's very rare you see a dwarf out in the ocean, I can tell you that.
Yeah, I guess.
See, I once heard a rumor that you people eat rocks.
Let me do this shit.
Not many rocks out on the ocean.
Maybe that's why we don't go out there.
Sorry, I had to bring it back.
So, are you guys heading into the Grand Cathedral, or are you being satisfied with the response so far?
They could have money.
Go to the cathedral.
May as well talk to this person.
Hope they don't try to burn any of us at the stake.
Also,
Mistake.
this Danica person.
Oh, yeah. That guy wanted her brought back. But then again, he also said there would be no reward, so is there really a point?
Um,
It doesn't look like the hellscape we were all assuming it to be.
I don't have much experience, but sometimes things aren't so obvious.
To the cathedral. Da, 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 da.
Okay. As you guys kind of enter into the area proper, there's a section of the hold that is walled in even further that you need to enter through, and there is another set of guards there, but they pay you no mind. As you kind of get into this intersection in the middle of the city, there is rather a wooden hangman scaffold, and pretty much that entire square is empty. There's not really anyone that like has set up a shop nearby, and the few buildings that are around it seem. You can see people off in the distance, just not in this particular square. There are people like traveling in and out. There just doesn't appear to be a reason to stay there.
Seems like a place people avoid.
Yes.
Fair enough.
As you enter into this third walled area, there are 2 shrines there that you can pretty intuitively tell are shrines to Ilmater and Tyr. There is a statue of a kneeling man with it's a stone statue, but there's a red ribbon that is wrapped around both of his wrists. And then the other one, Tyr, I don't know off the top of my what Tyr's iconography looks like. I know he's the god of justice, probably something.
Tyr's got like he's missing a hand and missing both eyes, I think.
Something like
Yeah, he is.
that. And when you go to the 4th kind of checkpoint, that seems to be the most guarded. There are actually people in plate mail there. Again, with the red tabards and the golden gauntlets and the stylized eye. And you are stopped at that one. You're not allowed to proceed further. One of these knights in armor asks you to state your purpose.
We're here to talk to Blue. Blue, give me the name.
I wrote it down. Wait.
Fantastic. Give us a second here.
What did that lady say? I didn't write that name down.
I swear we're professionals.
Zardo.
Zara. We're here to talk to Zara. Something about a job.
The person in armor, you can tell, is kind of like scrutinizing the 4 of you, even though you can't see his eyes kind of scan you up and down.
Just give him a winning smile.
He turns to go back to his position and kind of raises his arm up as he turns back around, and the other knights with their pikes kind of lift them up and allow you to pass.
How in God's name did that work?
Much appreciated.
I mean, I'm super happy that worked, but how?
Maybe you're just a charming fella.
What can I say? I think it was a smile. I could see those eyes he was giving me.
The building that you're about to enter is massive and takes up probably a good 10 to 15% of this hold. Standing probably in the neighborhood of 200 feet tall, there's 2 massive conical towers that rise above the rest of the building but are connected to it. It's a pale gray stone, pretty flat throughout. There don't appear to be any windows on this side, although you can tell, Blue and Malira, that there are a number of arrow slits that go up and down this tower, the 2 towers. Entering in it's a lot noisier than it was on the outside. There are these thick, heavy wooden doors that appear to have blocked a lot of sound. Blue, you can make out the sounds of children playing or classes being taught. You hear sounds of people moaning and groaning as if from injury or old age. And as you kind of pass through the courtyard, there were people sparring, training.
Place of many purposes.
Yes. What do you do once you are inside? There appear to be a number of people kind of milling about. Nobody really questions your presence at the moment. There are a number of doors that appear to lead to different areas. The main kind of where you imagine would be like the center area of worship has pretty much been sectioned off by makeshift and jury-rigged walls.
I guess we can ask someone nearby if they know where Zara was.
Make an investigation check, and you can use charisma for the skill. Did anyone else want to attempt as well?
Yes.
Sure.
Yes. I will also use. What are we rolling? Sorry.
You can roll investigation, and you can use charisma for the attribute.
Okay, so
Or you
if I
could
have
just
a
give
1,
bulwark advantage if you have proficiency.
I don't. I've got a pretty decent charisma score. Plus, I have a thing that helps with charisma checks.
Okay.
Oh, but it won't. It won't work because it's not a normal charisma check. It's based on investigation.
Yeah,
I'll
it
just
would
make
just
it.
be. You just. Well, okay. Well, bulwark rolled a 21, and after a short amount of time, bulwark, you're able to kind of pin down that Zara is out in one of the training pits. So you kind of teeter back outside of the cathedral off to the north side. And there is a female human who has her helmet kind of tucked under her armpit. And she's kind of barking orders at these two armored figures in a kind of it's not walled off, but there's like a number of small stones that kind of make a circle. One appears to be a female half elf, and the other a male human. And as Zara's kind of barking like, "Use your bicep. No, don't drop your guard like that." The half elf kind of does this weird maneuver where she um, kind of does not a somersault, kind of like where you would roll forward into a ball. Kind of rolls past the human man and pops up onto one knee as she takes her left hand with the sword and whaps him um, just above his buttocks, which she yells out, "Dead," when she does. Yeah, kind of like a Dark Souls roll. Um, and the young man looks rather defeated as she does this. Um, and the half elf kind of pops up to her feet and uh, looks rather pleased with herself. But then Zara kind of barks at her that that wasn't an official maneuver, and if you ever try that with a demon, if it's one of Dewey Blex's oozes, you will most assuredly be what's the word? Absorbed or something like that. She basically berates her for the maneuver.
Can Cole just start clapping?
She, the woman who you've identified as Zara, kind of turns and gives you a dirty look. Cole.
Right, it was a good maneuver.
It was a maneuver that'll get her killed if she does it out in the field.
Against demon, yes. Against a person, not quite. It's good. Throws them off the feet. It's not about fighting clean. It's about surviving at the end of the day.
Can I help you? What do you need? Are you here to join the order?
I don't think you'd want me. But we were told about jobs you might need doing.
Ah, yes. Well, you too. She turns back to the two. Do it again, but none of that fancy stuff. And they get back to fighting in the background. She says, "Yeah, look, Helm's Hold, and specifically the order, We rely on trade to finance investigations, excursions to the Underdark, things of that nature. Usually, we get a number of adventurers and travelers, pilgrimages, Helm's Hold. Recently, that's died down quite a bit. Been a number of giant marauders in the region, and we're not really trained to deal with that. Extraplaner's more of our fancy.
To cut in for a second, the key to a giant is just keep slashing at its ankles until it goes down. Trust me, we fought way too many recently.
We've tried that. You usually end up getting smashed by a club first.
Really?
Can we ask which kind of giant? We've have lots of experience with frost giants, I believe, as a group. Some of us have killed 10 of them right now.
I'm only on, 6?
Yeah, sadly.
The most
Late
recent thing
bloom.
we've heard is just that there's been a giant about 10 miles toward the coast.
Just the one.
The one, as far as I'm aware, but it's blocking the road.
Just the one.
Mm.
Blocking the road, isn't it? Is it like under a bridge or something?
Oh,
Well, if you're interested, I could give you more information. Otherwise, I'm not supposed to say too much.
all right, guys, huddle up. Are we killing this thing?
Well, if it's blocking the road, then I don't see an issue with that. But we should. I mean, I'm not one to focus on it, but we should also probably ask what they're offering in return.
Yes, good point. Is there a reward for this?
Only the goodwill of the order and the satisfaction that you've done something righteous.
Guys, I really don't know if she's picking up my vibe correctly.
Well, we do sort of vagabond around the Sword Coast, going around killing evil things and helping out good people. Which road is it? The road to Tribor or the road to Waterdeep?
That am I to take that you accept then?
Yeah, sure. You know, because goodwill can get you a warm bed and a nice meal.
Very good. Our scouts have spotted frost giants wandering the lands to the south. They've attacked and plundered several homesteads and caravans along the high road. No doubt you saw the refugee camp outside. We want you to find out where the giants are coming from. The most recent lead has been approximately 10 miles to the south and towards the coast, so approximately southwest. We had one refugee come in saying that his caravan had been destroyed this morning.
You need us to return to you after it's done, or there's no real reward, so do you just
Of
want
course, slay the one giant, but then find out where it came from. Frost giant has no business being as far south of the spine. South of the spine.
They're kind of everywhere right now.
Yeah, based on what we've seen, they've been traveling down the coast on longships.
Yeah, after the raid on Port last, a few days back. Oh, it might be the same giants. I'll come in turn in this way.
So they're slowly whittling away at them.
Yes, there was a large troop of them. We counted at least half a dozen, and we slayed 4 in the one day. Are you aware of the raid on Port Lass?
We do house a few refugees. Well, no, she wouldn't have heard of that yet. That only happened like 2 days ago.
Yes, the town was beset. A long ship, wider than this castle, I believe, filled with frost giants.
Probably about the same size as the building.
Nice guys. We had some scones with them. It was great.
And when you do determine where they've come from, at least this particular set, I would ask that you return or find a way to send a message.
We're also rather new to the area around here. Can you tell us a bit about your order and its exploits? We're keen to learn the land.
On top of that, since we're new to this area, do you have a map? Could use a map.
A map of
The area. The surrounding area.
We do keep a few sets of maps of the nearby area, but not much that I think would be much use to you if you, say, bounce around the Sword Coast.
Damn. Nobody ever has maps.
Areas near the Neverwinter Wood, things of that nature.
Could you spare a map of the Neverwinter Woods?
I'll tell you what, the reward I'll offer you.
Yep, sounds fair.
Kill an innumerable amount of giants and get a map. I mean, we're still going to do it, but
And Bulwark will extend out a hand. By the way, I'm Bulwark of the clan Nox from the Citadel of Abaddar.
She'll shake your hand.
I'm Cole from, well, everywhere.
How worldly.
I guess Blue would say, I'm Blue. I'm also from everywhere, but on the land. We're very similar, Cole and I.
Again, you're really stretching the similarity thing.
And I guess I shouldn't. My name's Malira. As you can tell from my skin, I'm from the Underdark.
She nods, and she's kind of been keeping one eye on you throughout the conversation, Lyra. She nods in your direction.
I'm sorry if I make you uneasy.
You don't appear to be a little sworn.
No. I'm not.
There's no fear of you turning into a Yuklol, then.
Alright, what is that? And just what is that?
Are you asking, or are you trying to recall the information?
I'm asking. I don't know the information. I've never been to the Underdark except for, like, a brief excursion.
A Yuklol is a demon that has been corrupted by Lilth's influence.
Ah, gotcha.
A yellowish tree-looking thing.
You're not gonna turn into one of those, are you?
No, I don't follow love.
Right, cool. Yeah, no. We're all good here. No demon trees.
And if anyone else has any giant problems, that's kind of been a shtick for the while as our little adventuring troop. Feel free to tell anyone, I guess.
Suppose you'll be on your way then.
Have a good day. Good luck training.
As you set to leave, you hear the clattering of metal and look back and see that the half-elf has disarmed her opponent with a swift flourish.
Alright, she's really good. I mean, well done! Just start clapping again.
You hear Zara saying as you walk past the wall, you're not going to be able to disarm a demon. There was no point in that. Any weapons.
Before we go,
Pass.
sorry, I wanted to ask, do you know Danica-san?
Make a persuasion check.
Can I give him advantage?
No.
Damn it. I'm so good with persuasion. I'm not.
Hi, I'm aware of Miss Zarn. Sarah Zarn. What business have you with her?
I've just heard of her, and apparently she's quite an interesting person, and we wouldn't mind talking to her at some point.
Not in the hold at the moment. She's gone out on a mission.
Oh? Do you mind telling me what mission?
I
She's
do,
not gonna tell.
actually.
Come on.
Secret order business?
Indeed.
It's unfortunate.
You know, you're a real warm person. You give off real warm vibes, comfort.
You give off a rather annoying vibe.
What can I say? It's part of my charm. No, not really. I'm just good
As
at what I do.
charming as a Rothe's droppings.
Ooh.
Let me guess. Let me guess. You're single.
I think it's best if you go.
Called it. All right, we're gonna go kill some giants for you. Also, again, good job on that disarmament. Guy can't stab you back if you take his weapon.
Let's go before Cole makes everyone attack us.
I'm sorry, I just feel like
as you turn to leave for the third time, you hear a rather loud thud, and you see the man in this third bout has taken the half elf. Some of you might actually turn around quick enough to see. He basically bear hugs her, lifts her up a good 4 feet off the ground, and like slams her in.
Oh, that'll hurt.
See?
It's happened to me a few times.
Guy's good. Guy's good too. I mean, using his strength to his advantage is perfect.
You would probably see Zara nodding at that as you
They're
leave.
both talented.
Was there any other business in Helm's Hold that you wanted to do before you headed out?
I don't think so.
Okay. So you head back to the high road. And at this point, you could choose to follow up on that lead, or you could bugger off and go do something else.
We should probably kill the giant, right?
It is on the way. Once we meet the giant, we can then just head east through the forest like we
What about
usually
the other giants? Yes, that's fine. Because those would be a real problem. And we're kind of good at it.
I actually forgot about those. Sorry. Yeah.
I don't know exactly what she expects us. I mean, I'm not
Find them.
I'm not the most intelligent person, but from my at least from my assumption, they're sailing down from the north.
I think she was talking about a group that were on the land. Because they were raiding villages and such. I think she wants us to find them and deal with them, is my understanding.
Hmm.
Be a good thing considering the less towns smashed up by giants, the more people there are to rob. Hypothetically.
Let's look for this one giant and see where that leads us. But I don't know. She's not very pleasant. Doesn't inspire altruism.
Ah, you don't say. I thought she was a real great person.
Yeah, she seems a bit too pragmatic for my taste, but
Again, that was what that half elf was doing.
I mean, I don't know much about fighting, but if you thought she was doing well, I'm sure.
So, well, let me put it in this way: rolling behind your enemy to get an advantage, a position of advantage is wrong because if it was an ooze, you'd be dead. But bear hugging them is okay. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
Feel like they're a bit too set in their ways, and that'll get them all killed.
So there's a combat maneuver for every situation. There's
Exactly.
a route for every sea, and there's a path for every forest.
You've got to, when you're in combat, you've got to work to your advantages. That person was small, thin, agile, so fancy maneuvers that will get him around, dance around the opponent. That's the perfect thing. Where the other guy was strong and big, so both of them were doing well, but she seemed to really have it out for that half elf.
Thinking back, was there conflict unresolved between the half elf and Zara?
Make an insight check. No, not really. It was probably more of a you probably gathered that the half elf was someone important to Zara, and she was like a trainer mentor type relationship.
Yeah, because mentoring through.
You don't know that? Blue's the one who did the insight check.
I was just making a joke, Tony.
No jokes. We're in character here, sir.
There's no time for fun in D&D.
No. You gotta give Blue time to kind of get out what he learned if you choose to share that.
He's mean.
Anyway,
Right, eyes peeled, everyone.
It's a giant.
There be giants abound.
Very difficult to miss, surely.
you travel south for about 3 hours, where you do in fact come across a destroyed caravan. There are two human bodies that have been smushed, or rather, one cut in twain and the other smushed. Cart appears to have been looted.
Mm. Are there any arrowheads or any signs of weapons or armor?
Make an investigation check. No, none. Although you do see giant footprints heading in a western direction.
Mm. Giants. Are there any?
One set of giant footprints.
Are there any signifiers of their names or where they're from? Bullock will toss some dirt on their bodies and say, Bullock will toss some dirt on their body and say a quick prayer.
So, follow the footprints?
I guess.
What happened to your dog?
He's in the cart.
Where did we leave the cart?
We got the cart with us.
Oh, do we? Okay. I don't remember saying that, so I thought we just like.
Are you going to take the cart with you to follow these footprints?
Yes.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, the cart has not really been repaired since the time that it got damaged by those orcs.
Yeah. Really should do that at some point.
Yeah, I'll get on to that next time we get into a city. But we can always just sit on top of it, and if something happens, we'll spread out.
What is with you people and sitting on top of the cart?
I'll be sitting inside the car.
Okay, so you are taking the cart off-road to follow these footprints. Correct?
It's
Yes.
an off-road carrot.
All right, Blue, here's what I need. Are you proficient in land vehicles?
Negative.
Okay, so I need you to make a survival check at disadvantage, please. You're trying to follow a trail on cart through terrain that is not conducive to carts. Got a 12 though.
Oh, guidance as well.
Got a
16.
Okay. All right. So you travel on for some time before you see probably about. It's a clear day, probably like 200-300 feet in the distance. A 20-foot tall, blue-skinned, patchwork leather-wearing frost giant, and he is kind of dragging his axe in the dirt. And he's got this large burlap sack thrown over his other shoulder.
Anybody got a ranged attack?
Yes.
A crossbow, but if we want to rush in, I don't really want that in my hands.
So we should leave the cart here.
Doesn't appear to have noticed you at this point.
Can we hit it hard?
What does it look like he's doing? Is he just loitering around?
He's just walking.
Can I make an investigation check on this frustrating to see if there's anything peculiar about it?
Do you have any kind of feature or item that would allow you to see details at far distances?
20/20 vision.
No, unfortunately, it's kind of it's a pretty long distance for you to be able to make out any specific details, um, other than like because he's so big, what he's wearing, what he's holding.
Or,
How far away is he?
300 feet, give or take. But now that you've stopped the cart, that distance is gaining, or that distance is lengthening.
Now, sometimes I really, really miss my spyglass.
Let's follow. Come on.
All right.
Are you trying to be stealthy?
Yes, we're trying to.
Okay,
Are we? Okay.
Well, there's no negative to trying.
everybody, roll stealth checks.
That would be a 21
Oh,
because I've had it at disadvantage for light sensitivity.
Are you wearing heavy armor?
I am, but I am wearing boots of the elven kind.
Okay. 13, 16, 3, and 20. Okay. I think as a group, fine. The giant eventually ends up at a cliff that is miles long. And you can see off in the distance in the water past this cliff, like a good distance off in the water, a giant great ship. And there are two giant-sized punts that are tethered to it.
hunts.
Punts, like keelboats, things that you get to shore with.
Okay, yeah.
He sits on the cliff. He puts down the sack, puts down the axe, sits on the cliff, and then reaches into the sack and takes out a crate. And he sets the crate like on his lap, and then he opens the crate and he starts to eat whatever is inside the crate.
Do it now whilst he's eating. Let's go.
Okay.
Let's go.
How tall is the cliff?
You don't know.
Seems a bit mean-spirited to attack a man who's enjoying his lunch.
It's a frost giant. Who gives a shite?
It's also a bit mean-spirited to kill two people.
Are you having this conversation as you're sneaking up on him?
I imagine we're whispering. However,
That doesn't matter. People can hear you whisper.
Well, 300 feet away. I think we'll have it on the approach once we notice it.
Not feet away anymore.
Also, it's also mean-spirited to kill an entire man's crew and all of his
Yes,
friends.
yes, I
just
understand.
because you
Attack!
Okay, so let's say you get into 100 feet.
Let's say 120.
Okay. 120 feet.
All right. Who is opening up on this frustrating?
can. I need to be closer.
Oh, when it
How-
walks up to
how-
us, you can do it.
With my swords next to it.
No, with a crossbow.
Oh, not the fucking crossbow. Okay. I'm just checking the distance on a light crossbow. Give me a second.
At
This
this
is
range,
another-
I'm sure you would have disadvantage. I think it's
This
like
is
83.
This is another similarity between you and I. We both prefer to use melee weapons up and close and personal without enemies.
Stop trying to make bonds to me, Blue.
Yep, 8320 for a light crossbow.
Damn it.
Wait, why don't you have a heavy crossbow?
Because it wasn't one of the options.
We have to get you one.
Could have bought one and everyone.
Also, I want a hand crossbow more than a thingy.
Just have all three and have one for every situation.
I should really get more.
As you approach, as you get to 120 feet, you would notice that one of the punts, one of the small boats, has detached from the great ship and is coming to the shore.
All right, let's kill it now before his friends come, and then we don't have more to deal with. We're gonna have to kill them anyway, but
Yes.
Charge.
Well, should we lure him away from the cliff so his friends don't know?
Push him off the cliff.
Push him.
Well, not, well, I could. I've got Thunder Wave, but what I'm saying is that he's in line of sight with the boat. If we can bring him back, then they won't see him get murdered.
Can I try throw a rock at him?
Way down there.
Can I try like pick up a rock and throw it at him to try and get his attention?
Why are we opening with a rock throw? Use a whack.
Just listening to what Thingy says, Cole's not very wise.
All right, you're gonna throw a
Literally.
rock at him.
And I'm just gonna try lob a rock at him to try and get his attention.
Okay.
You know.
You throw a rock. It probably only goes 60 feet, and it clatters against the ground.
What if somebody made an athletics check to do something utterly insane and throw 120 feet?
That's like something on the scale of what a giant would be able to throw. So I think the range for I think improvised weapons is 20-60. I think the farthest you could possibly crazy get it is 60 feet.
That is really low.
I don't think so.
Like the average male can easily throw 120 feet.
I don't know about that, and I'm not gonna care to debate it right now. Unless you're trying to hit him,
honestly,
with the rock.
I was to get his attention, yeah.
Oh, okay. Make an attack roll. Actually, no. Roll initiative first. That's how that's supposed to work.
Quick question: how's the sunlight here?
It is bright light. You are in sunlight.
Cool.
Well, technically, I was just trying to get his attention, not deal damage with it, because Bulwark said throw him away from the cliff.
Well,
we get him to come at us.
Whether you don't do any damage or not.
All right.
All right.
Want me to do an athletics or something?
Blue, you see Cole pick up a rock as if he's going to throw it at the frost giant. Are you going to do anything?
Does this giant appear to be surprised?
The giant has not noticed you at this point.
Okay, well then I assume he will be. I shall guiding bolt.
Okay. You do not have advantage on your attack. He is surprised, but you rolled a 3 on your stealth check. 19 definitely hit.
Stinky yucky damage.
Right. You impact the back of this giant, and you watch as whatever he was holding kind of falls out of his hands. And a glowing gold sigil appears on his back, and he roars in anger. That is it. Are you going to do anything else?
I want to look at what he was eating.
Make a perception check.
Where is it?
As he drops the crate, it appears to have been a crate of assorted meats.
Okay.
It would be his turn. He is surprised. So he doesn't take any actions. Can't take any reactions. Every turn he can. I think he kind of picks himself up off of the cliffside, and picks up his great axe. But that's it. He turns to face you and yells out in giant at you. Cole.
What does he say?
I think he's yelling about his venison.
Oh, that worked way better than a rock, and I'm just going to drop the rock. Then move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Nah, probably shouldn't get too close. Oh, what's the worst that could happen? That's 60. I think that's 60. Let me just double check. Oh, that's only 55. Woo. Yeah, it's close enough.
Careful, he might throw us off the cliff.
Oh shit, you're right. But that would be metagaming, and I've already done it, so I'm just going to stick with it.
Okay. So I think you dashed, right?
Yeah.
You moved through. Oh, you already did. Okay, perfect.
Then just like flip him off.
Lyra, it's your turn.
Okay. Bonus action, I will cast Magic Weapon on my longsword.
Okay.
It gives it a +1. I'll go into the settings to do that now. And then I will take the dash and charge forward, get just behind Cole.
Okay. Bulwark, it's your turn.
Just having a little think. Do I want to get thrown off the cliff? I will. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I will cast Web on the giant.
I want to read. You can only have, like, it needs things to connect to.
Well, it'll fall from the floor, though.
I just want to restrain it. It lasts until the start of my next turn.
Yes, that is correct.
Yes,
If it's correct. Yes, which I'm wanting to do. I just want to restrain it so it can't hurt my friend.
Guessing you want it there.
A bit further back, so that Cole and my other friend can attack if they need be. It's like 1 square. Yeah, like that. Perfect.
Next. He rolled a 12. Blue.
I guess I'll use another guiding bolt. This one has advantage because of my last one.
Mm-hmm. And also because these are
True. God damn it. What?
he has partial cover if you stay right there. Oh, you hit a natural one.
Does not matter.
Oh, 11. Oof.
Yep. 2.
You send the bolt out, and I think what it happens is it like it hits the giant, but the web kind of absorbs it, and the magic kind of scatters out. It is the Frost Giant's turn, and what he's going to do is he's going to pick up he's going to reach down to a rock that's in the nearby vicinity that's covered with webs, and he's going to throw it at 1 to 4, with 1 being blue, and then moving on to the right where Cole is 4. Cole, you're gonna get a rock, possibly.
I will use my reaction for protection.
You have to wait for your restraint.
He rolls an 18 to hit.
Is that with disadvantage?
Yes, he rolled a 22 on the first one.
Oof.
Cole, does an 18 hit you?
Forgot I was on push to talk. Now doesn't it?
Okay. The rock kind of scatters just beyond you, having overshot a bit. Cole, it's your turn.
Put a thumbs up to him. Good job, buddy. Right. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Because he's restrained, it's all with advantage, right?
Mm-hmm.
I am going to make 5 attacks.
Make it 9. I mean 7.
I can't. I'm already using my action surge.
Oh right.
That's why I'm doing 5.
Nice.
I'll hit.
Okay, so that's 8, 16, 22, 22 plus 33, 44 plus 2 equals 46, plus 9 equals 55 points of damage.
how much?
55.
Does
Hacking
not
at his
look any
ankle.
too good about that.
This random pyre just comes up.
I'm a whirlwind to death.
Goodbye, Cole. It was nice knowing you.
Lyra, it's your turn.
I'm gonna 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Perfect. 2 attacks.
16. Well, you have advantage, not disadvantage. Oh no,
I have the
you have
disadvantage
disadvantage.
because
It'd be
sunlight
straight roll.
sensitive.
Yep. The 16 misses. The 21 hits though.
24 would be.
Yeah, it would be 20 damage.
That me.
Full work. It is your turn. Your webs disintegrate in the sunlight.
Hmm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Why are my legs so short? I will cast. All my spells make lots of noise. That's not very fun. I will throw out a little shim piece of metal and cast catapult.
Okay.
And as the shim expands, I will towards the giant.
You can angle it to where it doesn't impact any of your friends. He rolls a 16 though, so he kind of ducks, and it sails over his head and past the cliff.
God damn it.
Blue.
Does he seem particularly focused? That's not gonna help because he can just choose to attack someone else.
Well, he seems particularly injured, and he was already. You see, when he turned around the first time, that he already had a number of injuries prior engaging you. He doesn't look very good.
I'm just going to say good for him.
You rolled a 7. Okay. He takes your 10 points of damage. Is there anything else?
Nope.
Okay. He seems very injured, and he seems kind of in a battle frenzy. He releases his 2-hand grip on his great axe, and reaches down to pick you up, Cole. Go ahead and make an athletics or an acrobatics check.
Okie dokie. Wow.
He rolled a 21.
Wow. +7. Got a 9. Wow.
He doesn't even turn around. He just throws you over his shoulder.
Well. Looks like I'm really up a new character.
Can you roll 10d6 for me?
Okay.
You take 25 points of bludgeoning damage. So what you guys see is this giant. He roars out in pain as all of these attacks are hitting him, and he kind of drops the great axe onto the ground, and there's a heavy thud. Well, he doesn't drop it, like he's holding it in one hand, but it kind of hits the ground with a big thud, and he reaches down and snatches up Cole in his giant fist, and then he chucks him over his shoulder, kind of like those people who are superstitious and throw salt over their left shoulder. And then he returns to that 2-handed grip on the great axe, and he raises the great axe over his head, and he just kind of like does the sand people yell, right?
Yeah.
And that's his turn. So Cole, you fall over this cliff and land in the water.
Lovely.
You take a heavy impact that knocks the wind out of you.
Could be worse.
Go ahead.
Could
I
be
want
grand.
you to make a strength check as well, please.
What strength, yeah?
This is to see if you're able to hold on to your weapons as
10.
you hit that impact. Yeah, I think a 10 is fine. You're able to maintain that grip as you kind of have that heavy impact.
Well, time to sheath those.
All right, you sheath your 2 weapons.
Okie dokie.
Looking back
What do
up
I
at
got
this
here?
cliff, it's a good 100-foot climb.
Well, shit. Could really use some climby climbs right about now. Shit.
What do you do?
I have no idea. Is it visible which area of the cliff kind of dips down, or is it? I've got no way to climb up.
I mean, it's a craggy cliff. You could just try to climb it and hope that you're
Oh,
strong
then
enough
yeah,
to make the climb.
I'll do that.
Okay. You're swimming, so you're moving at half speed. So you got 5, 10, 15. Use your action to dash. You could climb up
I
10
will
feet off
use.
the cliff.
I will use my action to dash.
All right. I can take you get up 10 feet without having to make a check yet. You'll probably have to spend 2 or 3 actions making checks.
That's fine.
Just due to the height and due to the slick nature of this cliff, it's probably going to be kind of.
Fine. It's like that's fine.
Malira, it is your turn. You're pretty sure you just saw Cole die.
I need to. Right, that's it. I will drop concentration on magic weapon, and I will cast as my bonus action Wrathful Smite. I
Right.
think I took that. Yep, I took that. Can I upcast that? No, I can't.
I mean, you can. It just doesn't do anything extra.
Yeah. And I shall go for my 2 attacks at disadvantage.
Okay.
10,
That misses.
12.
That
Oh
also
no.
misses. You try to swing at this person, this frost giant. However, the sun catches your eyes and you feel the singeing in your skin, and you're unfortunately unable to compensate.
Luckily, Wrathful Smite stays.
Yep. Bulwark.
5.
No, they're like fishes in a barrel.
I am going to use my HP buff in my temporary hit points, and I will hold my action to attack after Blue does his turn.
Right. Well, so you don't really have a concept of turns. What is your trigger for? What does Blue have to do to trigger your reaction?
After Blue casts a spell.
Okay. Blue, it's your turn. Oh wait, actually, hold on. I think because you did the guiding bolt, right? But then Cole got thrown. He climbed. So Malaria, actually, your first attack would have had advantage. You would have had a 19.
Wouldn't matter.
That would have hit.
It wouldn't have
Oh,
mattered.
that's right. You're right.
Blue were 5. And I will Sacred Flame it.
Okay.
No, I'll Guiding Bolt.
Guiding bolt. All right. Good roll to hit.
There it is. Okay, it's not meant to do that. It rolled in here. Wait, one sec.
16 misses, unfortunately. So, Bulwark, you see Blue cast a guiding bolt off into the distance, and your reaction goes.
Sorry, I'm just trying to find it.
16 misses. Damn, this thing's got high AC.
25.
25 does hit, and you kill it. How do you kill it?
I think I just knock it in the ankle and it just falls over and lands on its axe.
Hmm.
And then I'm going.
Roll a d4 for me.
No. Land on Cole. Land on Cole.
Right. No, it just kind of falls over to the north side a bit, and then it expires. And it does kind of land on the axe a bit, but then the axe kind of clatters and falls off into the.
I run down and I drop down 50 feet of rope for Cole, and I secure it on the other end with some pythons.
Cole's just whistling a work a shanty as he climbs.
Make an athletics check for me. You have not reached the rope at this point.
25.
Yeah, you're easily able to climb up the slick, craggy cliffside. At one point, a wave comes and washes over the cliff, and you're all really worried that Cole got swept away, but he's still holding strong onto the cliffside. Go ahead and roll another one, but this is easier because you have the rope.
17.
Yeah. So you're able to get to the rope and climb up the rest of the way fairly easily. However, at that point, you do see that the punt has cliffside.
Blue, quickly! Good berry!
And below there
Okay.
is a below is a single frost giant in the punt. And he is looking up and he sees Cole climbing over the edge. And you hear him, the frost giant below, shouting.
What's he saying?
He's basically calling the other frost giant's name.
Can I call that in giant saying, hello?
Do a performance check.
Are you trying to pass yourself off as the frost giant?
Yes.
Make a deception check. And also, do you have anything to amplify your voice?
Thaumaturgy.
Okay.
I make it sound like a very guttural, powerful giant's voice.
Okay.
Could he use performance just for giggles though?
No.
It's the same, so. Why does it keep doing that?
He yells up in giant to hurry up and come down with the scavenged foodstuffs.
I'll say, I found something pretty cool up here. You should come and have a look at it.
Hmm. He
I'll also
shouts.
cast Disguise Self and look like a very small frost giant.
He shouts up that he can't because if he leaves the boat, it will crash itself against the rocks. And that you need to stop playing around and come down.
Oh, well, I guess all these expensive rubies and gems are mine then.
He shouts up that you need to stop playing games, put all of whatever you found in your sack, and come down.
Does he have a sack?
There is a big sack, yes.
Get the sack!
But should we just kill this guy first? Also,
Well, it
how much
sounds like
healing
he's
did those good berries do?
24 if you're eating them.
Great.
I wish I
It's
had.
gonna take you quite some
right
time to eat all those good berries. So
The berries!
yeah, it takes
It's
an action per berry.
It's 36 seconds, which I'm sure I can buy with my talking with him.
Yeah, I'll just be scoffing them whilst you're talking to him.
Yeah. I'll say, all right, give me 36 seconds.
Make another deception check, Blue.
Cool.
Okay. You would. Are you looking over the edge of the cliff, or are you just shouting down?
I'm just shouting.
Okay. After a bit of time, you would see, kind of as it surfaces on the horizon, the punt has moved away from the cliffside and is rowing back to the ship.
How do we get on that ship?
We should have killed the giant and used the punt.
But how are you going to get down?
Adventure.
Hmm. Well, is that the same ship that we saw in Port Lass?
It's hard to tell. You've only really ever seen 2 frost giant great ships, and they look similar. Like they're of similar construction. Like the
Hmm.
layout is the same.
Anyone have any ideas on how we can get onto that ship?
It looks like it's about a half a mile offshore.
Maybe if we shoot at him, he'll get angry and come back. They're not very smart, are they?
I don't think so. I think they might have. I don't know. I feel like I was pretty convincing, but they might have caught on to my act and might be going to sound an alarm of some sort. So I'm sure if he was attacked, that would only hasten that desire.
Like crazy plan. What if we somehow like catapulted that giant corpse into him just for giggles?
I was
Well,
thinking
you
of
couldn't
like
throw a rock
pushing.
more than 60 feet. So good luck.
Well, do we want to have a look through this guy's stuff?
Yes.
Okay.
Do a good old search.
So his sack is filled with a number of like crates and barrels of pillaged food items. But other than that, oh, I'm sorry. There is roll a d4 for me, buddy. Okay, Bulwark and Malira each roll a d100. Right. As you're searching through, you find a leather riding saddle and a 50-foot coil of hempen rope.
Hey, nice.
More rope.
As well as numerous food things like fruits, vegetables, breads. No meats.
I mean, clearly they were after supplies, so do you think we could starve them out?
Mm. We could follow them down the shore, I guess. They're heading southbound. What's the next largest settlement south of here?
That would be does it begin with an L? I think it begins with an L.
The next big settlement would probably be Waterdeep.
Waterdeep can handle itself. Should we follow them down the coast a little bit?
I believe there is a small settlement not down this coast. Don't know if they'd stop there, but they seem to like to kill those things.
I want to get onto that ship. Do we see any like giant bodies moving along the ship, or is it just too hard to make out?
How long are you willing to wait?
Probably about 10 minutes. I think Bulwark would really want to try and get an idea of what's going on.
Okay. Half a mile away. It's very hard to make out detail at this distance. But you would be able to tell that once the punt gets there, a number of figures get on the punt, and then it starts to come back this way.
Ah! There we go.
But it's moving more in a direction off to the south, where if you like follow that line of sight, there is a place where the hillside like declines onto like water level, and there's a beach.
How many are there in the boat?
Hmm?
How many giants are in the
It's
keel?
hard to make out from this distance unless you have like a feature or an item or magic that lets you see out that far.
Okay. I mean, how far away is it? Would I estimate?
About half a mile.
Okay.
Now the beach is probably a couple hundred feet from you.
If the weather's good, we should be able to make out massive giants, right?
You can make out that there are a few massive figures, but it's hard to tell exactly how many.
Like more than 3, would you say?
Make a perception check. Hard to tell.
There's about 20.
20, huh?
Now, you would gather that on this giant-sized punt, you probably would not be able to fit more than 5 giants.
Run down to the beach.
Yeah. Well, we
Go.
shouldn't take it head on. We should hope that they split up.
Sneaky styles.
We
I'm going
can't take.
to cast Warding Bond on Bulwark and tell him to stay within 60 feet of me.
Let's go. We'll leave the cart here, I guess, and start heading down.
Okay. Well, you left the cart by the road, I think, or 300 feet from where you are now.
Yeah. And also, I don't think we should head down to the beach. We should try and keep a high ground advantage to a certain extent. Except for our melee. But we've seen how that ends. We're getting into melee with the giants, so perhaps we should try our range option.
It worked, didn't it?
I think we should observe them coming onto the beach and then try and either pick them off or wait for them to split up. If they're more than 3, even if there are 3 giants, I don't think we should engage if there are 3.
Yeah.
We can take it on, but I don't want to take the risk.
I don't
Okay,
think I
well,
got this map. I got it from
yeah, I get-
Patreon, apparently.
We are in no way sponsored by this Patreon.
We are not. I don't even know how I got this map. I'm sure that it was free on Reddit or something like that. I'm going to leave that name there, though, so they get credit for it, because it is a good-looking map.
Thank you, Seafoot Games.
Usually I use Neutral Party because I am subscribed to that Patreon. Okay, so are you working your way down to the beach, or no?
I think that we would need a little bit more forest line, because I think
There is
we'd
no
be.
forest. That is purely there for flavor.
Okay.
That is, it's a pretty flat land.
Right.
Are
Hide?
there any hills or anything that we can sort of hide behind?
Not this close to the shore, no.
Rocks?
There are
How
probably a
far?
plethora of rocks, yeah.
Okay, let's hide behind some rocks.
Well,
Yeah.
not like there are going to be boulders for what the giants can throw at you, but there's not really anything that you could hide behind here. With enough time, you could probably like bury yourself in the earth or something like that. But these giants are in a boat, maybe watching the shore.
Right, we're fucked.
Now, you don't have to be on the beach. You could have stayed up on the cliff if you want.
Well, I think that we'd be far enough back just so that we can barely see them over the cliff face, just like the tops of our heads would show. And we would try and go down to meet them. If that would make sense.
I
don't think we would get.
I don't really know what you're trying to. I don't know what you're trying to say.
I'm trying to say that I don't think we would expose ourselves to the line of vision of these giants. We would try and stay as far back as we possibly could off the shore, so that we aren't necessarily easy to spot.
I don't think there's necessarily a good way for you to know that, because with how close they're getting to the shore, if you're farther back, you're not going to be able to see them when they beach.
Fair enough.
I guess what I'm
So-
asking is, are you staying up on the cliff where they have to come to you, or are you going down there to meet them on the beach?
Right, problem with the cliff is if we get heated off, we're probably all gonna die. Because that hurt.
Well, I mean, that's true in that I'm sure it hurt, but you seemed okay, but you were also out of danger if they threw you off the cliff. So I don't know. I think it is better than being on the beach where they can just, after throwing us, clobber us to death.
I disagree. I think being on the beach is best.
Yeah, they can't do as much damage as that fall could do to you. It wouldn't hurt as much.
I definitely, okay, out of character, I definitely had a giant do more than 25 damage to me.
That throw, out of character, that throw had the potential to do up a maximum of 100.
10d6
Well, that was from fall damage.
10d6, 60, sorry. 60 is a lot.
Well, the other thing is that it knocks that person out of the fight. It's basically like stunning them for 4 rounds.
Mm-hmm. And that's only if you've got a good strength score. If you don't, well,
And we can heal the damage, but I don't think we can deal with it. Like, if you get thrown off, Blue, we're done.
yeah, that's what my thought was.
Okay, on the beach it is.
Okay.
Is that from Morrowind?
I don't know where it is. It's just some clip art that I found when you're on Roll20 and you can search for things. I just looked for a ship. That was the ship I found.
I love it.
All right, so you can basically position yourself anywhere on the beach that you want to be, because you're gonna get there first.
Right. Well, me and Malaria here seem to be a kind of melee frontline fighters.
Malira.
Malaria, that's what I said. So maybe we want to be closer?
Well, if they're both going to be approaching, we can wait on the shoreline, pepper them, and then when they come closer, we can fall back.
Use the bonus action to activate the chalice as constellation.
I could even shatter the boat and cause it to sink.
I don't think it's worth a spell slot unless you can hit them also.
What's the range
Well,
of shatter?
I believe it's like 60 feet. I'm not 100% sure.
Okay.
Yeah, 60 feet.
well,
Yeah, you'd
also
have
if
to
they're
get
in
a
the water, it shortens the.
Even though it's a punt, right? Even though it's a small boat, it's a massive boat for, right? Like it's a punt sized for giants. So you could theoretically destroy it with shatter. You probably would not be able to also hit the giants if you were purely aiming for the boat.
That's fair. As it gets up to the approach, do we make out how many giants are on the boat?
Yes, 3.
Yes.
You reckon we can take 3?
Ah, we got this.
Okay, play it safe, everyone. Make sure they hit me if they can. And Bulk, like, crack his neck, ready his shoulders.
As they're approaching, unless something, unless they start throwing things from the boat, I would like to cast Bless before combat begins, but whether that's possible, it's up to you.
Are
Say
we
that one more
rerolling
time.
your initiatives?
As they're approaching, I was wanting to cast Bless as they approach before combat begins, but with a decent enough time
Okay.
before it runs.
I would say then you could start the fight with 7 rounds left on Bless.
I'll cast it at 2nd level and restore that with harness divine power.
So they arrive pretty close to the shore, and one of them throws out this massive anchor. I don't know if punts have anchors, but this one does. And the other 2 jump off, right? And one has a great axe, and the other one has a battle axe and a shield. And they charge at you. So re-roll initiative, please.
22. Yes.
Oh wait, what? You rolled a 0.
Oh,
Oh,
this
that's
kid.
so awful.
Oh.
Oh, that's so awful. Why?
Yeah. Woo!
All right, Malira, it's your turn.
Me have no long range stuff except from a single dagger.
Dagger's long range.
It's my longer. It's next to like fairy fire. It's my longest range thing. Give me a sec.
Here, I'm gonna change this grid so that we can actually see. Here we go. That's better. Not as pretty, but oh well.
Damn, I can only get one of them. I will.
You not get it far enough to hit the back one?
I could.
Those 2 within with it range.
I will. 5, 10, 15. 5, 10, 15. I'll sit up there and take the dodge action.
Okay. Blue, it's your turn.
Okay. So I've got Bless going.
Probably should have had them throwing rocks on the shore at you as they approach.
I guess I will cast. Don't have any more free guiding bolts, so that's a bit sad. I'm just gonna Sacred Flame. This one.
Okay.
What's the range on that? Wait, let me double check.
Oh, yeah.
I believe the range is like 60 feet or something.
Might not be able to make it.
Yeah, it's 60 feet. So I can't. Nope. That's unfortunate. Interesting. All right, let me look at Fairy Fire. Fairy Fire has a range. Oh, I
60
can't
feet.
pass that because I got blessed. So yeah, I'm not going to do that either. I guess I will Guiding Bolt then. Why not?
Roll
Which is the one with the Great Axe?
That's the one down here.
Okay, I will probably target that one. Let me just. So that's Guiding Bolt is 120. Yes, I can get him. All right, perfect. Guiding Bolt. I have Guidance. Oh, I do not need it.
You did not have guidance because you
No. Bless. Bless is what I meant. Not Guidance.
All right, you hit 24 damage. 24 to hit, 12 damage.
Tea is now shining.
Yep.
And I'll move up a little bit.
While he's doing that, Cole.
Up here if draw the attention of that one away from the group. If I take the dodge action, can I flavorfully taunt this giant?
Sure.
I will do both of those things. I'll take the dodge action and just like taunting this giant.
Okay. Bulwark, it is your turn.
I was going to ask before combat started. Just like Blue casted Bless with 7 rounds, can I cast Mirror Image with 7 rounds
You could
before
have,
they
but
get
you
onto
did not.
shore? Okay. If that is the case, I will go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I will cast Mirror Image on myself.
Nope. Everybody dodging, making it hard to hit.
There are 4 bulwarks now, standing toe to toe.
Okay.
Yeah. I wonder why.
It is their turn. Let's see. All right, so these two giants here, Bulwark, the one that runs at you is the one with the battle axe and the shield, and he's going to take 2 attacks on you with his battle axe.
Let's draw a d20.
Roll a d20. Roll your d20, Bulwark.
Roll your d20. Oh, I would do that. Okay. I gotta do it one at a time. Sorry, it's taking a while to roll. So the first one is a 6, so it does target me.
If you roll a 6 or higher, it hits the doodad.
Oh, okay. So he needs to make an attack roll
Yep,
to see if he actually hits the.
He did. It was a 13. What's your dexterity modifier? AC is
Dexterity
10.
modifier
What's
is
your dex?
2, so it does hit and it gets
Flashes
poofed.
away and it roars in anger. The second was an 11, so it does hit the duplicate, and it rolled a 20. 2 of your duplicates are gone now. And it kind of like slashes down twice,
Nice.
kind of like in a crosscut pattern, and it kind of screams in frustration that it's hitting these illusory duplicates. Cole, one that's running towards you, kind of drags his great axe in the sand as he reaches for a pouch, and he pulls out a familiar bundle of mesh, a weighted net that is thrown at you. You took the dodge action though, so it does miss. It rolled an 11 on the second attack.
Woo!
Oh wait, third one. This third one here, he also has a great axe. However, he is going to 5, 10, 20 jump off of the boat. 15, 20. And then he is going to throw a rock at Malira.
Oh no.
Well, is that within? Yes. Malira, you dodged as well. Rolled an 11. The rock scatters as it hits the ground and misses you. And it is your turn.
All right. Right. I'm a cast fairy fire.
Where? I'm assuming
So-
to hit the 2.
Yeah, centered there.
Okay. A 4 and a 7.
Aha.
She could
Yeah,
hit
I'm
all
hitting.
4.
I don't think she could.
No, I can't.
No.
Yeah, she could. Because it's a 20-foot cube and the distance between there and there is only 15. Oh, wait, no. Sorry. Crack. My bad.
If he was one
Yeah, I caught myself.
5 foot closer to the other two. With that, I will then push forward. 5, 10, 20, 25, 30. That me.
Okay. Blue.
Okay, so Cole is fighting that one. These two are tanking that one. Blue, I think, wants to get this one down as fast as possible. The one that he guiding bolted. It's still shining.
Yes, it is.
I'll guiding bolt it again. You know what? I feel good about this one. I'm going to do it at 3rd level.
Two ones.
Oh, no.
No, you hit. Roll damage.
So that's 11.
Oof.
Wait, that's 46. So I get to roll 2 more. That's 40.
So 13 plus 2 more d6. So 13 plus 8.
That with my bonus action. Wait, how do you do if you hold an action? Obviously, I've used my action, but if you hold an action, say you had a multi-attack, do you get to use every attack by your, or do you only get one attack?
The rules technically say you're only able to take one action.
If you have
so
things
I don't
like
really have an informed opinion about it if it goes one way or the other. I do feel like it kind of screws commercials, but then I also realize that holding a spell requires concentration. I feel like that's balanced.
if you have things like extra attack, that's considered one action.
Yeah, but the holding an action is a separate action from the attack action. You're not taking the attack action.
All right, I'm going to move up a bit. That's my turn.
Okay. Cole, it is back to you.
Right, so I have advantage on these attacks, right?
You have advantage on one of them.
Okay. I'm going to make move 15 feet, make 3 attacks, and let me just roll the advantage one first.
Yep, you hit. The last one will miss.
Okay, so that's 16 damage then. Yep. I'm just gonna dance over to the side for flavor.
One more back, please.
Pardon?
One more back to the left, please.
Really? That's...
You were 15 feet away from the giant. That's why I couldn't attack you with its great axe. Bulwark, you're up. Oh, I didn't know you were on that screen.
One,
Yeah, you're good.
2, 3, 4, 5 right here. Actually, no, I want to maintain line of sight with blue. Here. One attack to the left with my Thunder Gauntlet. And then one attack to the right.
Do you have a 10-foot reach?
What do you...
Do you have a
Can I
10-foot?
get that?
I mean, if you want to move.
Actually, yeah, I will go there. Yep. So yep, 1 and 2. I rolled less damage on my crit. What the hell?
Like that sometime. Okay. Yeah, you punch one, punch the other, kind of disorient a bit. They will in turn spend all of their focus on you. Go ahead and roll your d20 for your last duplicate. No, so this was going to target you. 28 to hit.
That hits.
Right. 18 slashing.
Okay, that is reduced down to 15.
And then
Both
half to
of
7.
you. One of you is going to take 8 and one of you is going to take 7. You can decide between yourselves who wants to take what.
When it's halved, it normally doesn't round like that, right?
I'm
Yeah,
not sure,
yeah,
but
it's
it doesn't really make sense for a point of damage to not get allocated somewhere.
I'll take the damage.
And then the second one, roll your other d20.
Oh, so that was 8 damage I took.
Yep, and then blue took 7.
Another d20.
All right, that one will hit the duplicate, and it will be gone. It rolled a 17. And then the other frost giant will lay its 2 attacks on you. 11 and a 19.
Both miss.
Nice. Oh, nope, third giant. I was rolling battle axe. Cole, you're gonna get 2 great axe attacks.
Okie dokie.
11 and a 24 for 20 points of slashing damage.
24 will hit for 20 points.
Mhm.
Then I'm going to use parry.
I don't know what that does.
You expend 1 superiority die to reduce the damage by the number you roll on your superiority die plus your dex modifier. So that's 1 superiority dice. So that's 7 plus 3. That's reduced by 10.
Okay, so you take 10 points of damage.
I love these maneuvers.
Malira, it is your turn.
I will continue to get next to Bulwark and then take 2 attacks on the giant next to me. Slap. 19 to hit.
Yes.
I'm going to pour a Divine Smite into it.
17 points of damage.
Next attack.
That will unfortunately miss.
And that me.
Blue.
I'm very happy it's not undead Bulwark. Okay. What should I do? Bulwarks might not get so lucky next round, so it might be good to top us off. Or I could attack again.
Just so you know, I've only lost 2 health. So I was a bit
That's
motivated. Sorry, DM.
I will use Sacred Flame on the one Cole's attacking.
Okay.
So
Rolled a 7. Wasting a lot of crits, and I'm not happy about it.
You really should crit one of us, so then I can.
11 damage to that one, and with my bonus action, I will healing word Cole.
Okay.
So let me roll that.
Cole, it's your turn.
11 healing to you, Cole, and I will do my chalice healing on myself.
Hey, I'm at max health, thanks. I had exactly 11 hit points missing. Okay, yes, I will make my 3 attacks at normal this time.
Okay.
I don't think this one's advantage.
Don't forget plus.
20, 15, and 19.
The 15.
God, what are these guys AC? Okay.
This is the one with the great axe, so the 19 hits too.
Okay, so 9 plus 5 is 14. I'm rolling real low damage, I'm sorry, guys.
The one with 13 was the one that misses. That's so sad.
I'm just going to flavorfully keep on dancing around him like a douchebag.
Stop going
Okay.
out my aura.
You move out of melee of this one here, and it will attack you.
Oh, yeah, it's got 2, doesn't it? Wait, was I ever in it, really?
Where? Up here.
I was here.
Oh, well, oops, I forgot to take it last time. For flavor, he'll take it now.
I was here and I was here.
Hmm?
1 second.
Uh,
I'm on the wrong thing.
He could avoid it by going from that square to that
Yeah, I
square.
was on
you're
this
right.
square, and I went to this square.
Yeah, you're right. You right.
Thunder Gauntlet to the one to the left. Thunder Gauntlet to the one to the right. Bang bang. Oh, and bonus action healing.
Well, I think for now, even though you're dancing around, this one's going to come over in that direction. And I think all 3 of them are going to kind of lay into Bulwark because he sees you beating up on his friends over there.
Let's go. Heavy Armor Master value incoming.
16, 19, 28,
Yes.
25.
2 hits.
Alright, so 23 down to 20, both of you take 10. 20 down to 17, so 8 and 9. And then Battle Axe Boy.
I will take the 9 damage.
I'll make concentration checks.
Battle Axe Boy hits a 13.
I might have lost concentration on Bless. Let me roll the d4 for it.
Come on, come on, come on.
Yes.
Oh,
That is their turn. So, Malira, you are up.
I'm gonna go keep slapping this giant next to me. Whack. Whack.
Yeah, the 19 just barely hits that one because shield. 10 points of damage.
I don't have anything else.
Okay. Blue.
I will cast Cure Wounds on myself and send the chalice healing to Bulwark. I will cast it at 2nd level. To you. So it's 24 healing to myself.
oh my god.
More than enough. And to Bulwark,
1.
Cole, it's your turn.
9 healing
Yeah,
to Bulwark.
just letting this guy. All he does is healing. Right, 3 more attacks. We still have Bless, right?
Yes,
Yes.
you do.
The first 2 hit.
Okie dokie, that's just 23 damage.
Bulwark.
Is any one of them looking more worse than the others?
Not particularly. I think the one that Cole has been fighting has taken more damage. there's not. They're kind of in this battle fervor. I'm gonna have to start making Frost Giant Barbarian.
Oh god, please no. I don't want them to have reckless attacks. Okay,
Reckless
I
attacks,
will.
resistance.
Goddamn, I'll keep doing what I'm doing. Left then right.
Okay.
Bang bang. Duh, duh. And I think Bulwark is just getting fucking tin canned. He looks like a Coca-Cola can that's been kicked around a bit too much right now. Because I like to think that all of the attacks like make contact, but like they don't really push through them enough.
I think again they're just gonna try to lay into you. Okay, so great axe. 14 and 27.
One hit.
21 down to 18, so both of you take 9. 18 and 18, both miss. Battle axe. 25 and 18.
25 hits.
29 reduced down to 26, both of you take 13.
I will use my reaction for that damage to rebuke the violent.
Which where?
The one that did 29 damage.
Okay, well, Bulwark would only take 13, so the Frost Giant would only.
It's there you go.
Because
He needs to make a wisdom saving throw.
Yeah, so he only dealt 13 damage to Bulwark.
But it dealt. It doesn't say to one target. It just dealt. So it dealt a total of 20.
After an attacker 30 feet deals damage with an attack against a creature.
That's the targeting, but the wording is on a failed save, the attacker takes radiant damage equal to the damage it just dealt.
Dealt 13 damage.
It dealt 26 damage.
Dealt 26 damage. The other half went.
It doesn't say that the damage only has to be taken by the one target.
Like if somebody has a damage reduction thing, it's still dealt that amount of damage, you just reduced it.
That's also true.
I disagree because the receiving that damage is not within 30 feet.
It's not that. It's not that. I'm not like. It's not going off like blue and then to the giant. It's just 30 feet next to the attacker. So I don't need to be 30 feet close to blue to do the thing. I just need to be 30 feet close to the giant to do the thing. Because it's not targeting a specific damage on a friendly. It's taking the damage that a target did.
But whatever your call is, Tony, we're not going to hold up the game.
Yeah. Either way, he needs to make a wisdom saving throw.
He rolled a 13. What's your
14.
Okay, he takes damage. I don't agree with that interaction though. So I'm going to look into that. I think this is a pretty niche case for that to happen. Because any other ability that would proc off damage for a warding bond, it would be happy. But we'll just keep it moving. It's your turn, Malira.
2 attacks on the guy in front of me.
The 14 misses with the
Whack.
Okay.
At me.
Blue.
Okay, first level Q wounds on myself. Tell us to walk. So 10 healing for me, and only 6 healing to walk. That is unfortunate.
I'm just making Cole, it's your turn.
Yep, I'm just gonna keep on attacking it and hope to draw its attention because I have no idea why it's not focused on me.
17 just barely hits, and the other 2 miss.
Wow, that's bad. I used all my luck on that action surge. That's just 13 points of damage then.
Okay. Are you moving at all?
Gonna move back to try to drag it this way, focus on me.
Okay. Bulwark.
I will do both attacks on the one on the left.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
So that's 16.
Die.
He does not die.
Oh. Please?
And they will continue to see. Malira, I think that these two that Bulwark did not attack are going to attack you now. Try to get rid of this fairy fire.
Come at me.
23 and a 17.
One hit.
Right, 34 points of slashing damage. I need you to make a DC, what is it, 17 Constitution save?
Oh no.
All right, fairy fire is gone. The other one will also attack you.
Oh no.
23,
Yeah.
30 points of slashing damage.
Goodbye, my friends.
I think he'll use that second attack on Cole. He'll come around with a backswing on. 21 to hit you, Cole.
Yep, gonna parry it.
All right, 18 points of slashing damage.
So reduce that by 6.
Okay, so 12 points of slashing damage. And Bulwark, your friend with the battle axe and shield, he'll take his 2 attacks on you as you have asked him so. 20.
Miss.
Okay. Nope, natural 1.
Does he hit his friend?
No, we don't play like that. Unless you want to, we can start playing like that. I don't like playing. I don't like playing in that type of game, so I don't use those rules.
Yeah, it's not fun.
Leah, roll me a death save, please.
13.
Ooh.
How injured is Bulwark looking?
Kind of surrounded by frost giants. It's hard to tell.
He's not bloodied.
Okay.
There's a lot
well,
of blood over there.
I'll use my action to channel divinity. It's unfortunate. I'm going to hold my action until after the frost giants attack again to channel divinity on Malira. But I'll use my bonus action to healing word Bulwark at a first level and to chalice myself.
Okay. Cole.
Yes. Okay, I'm gonna move here, make 3 attacks.
The first one hits. Yep, first one hits.
Yes, that's 11, and then I'm gonna move 5 feet back because that should still be in his range. And yell, "Come at me, you big blue bastard!"
Okay. Is that it?
Yeah, I'm just trying to taunt him into getting him away from Bulwark.
All right, Bulwark, it is your turn.
I will double Thunder Gauntlets. The one to the actually. Which one looks the worst? No, I'm going to stay here. I'll double Thunder Gauntlets. The one to the left.
Okay.
Oh no!
That misses. That hits. Just barely. Right.
That is it for me.
Cole, the one you have taunted, he's actually going to move 5 feet back, and he's going to pick
Okay.
up he's going to reach into his sack and pull out this rock that has been carved to look as if frost is hanging off of it, and he's going to throw it at you.
All right.
23.
Yep, that hits.
For 21 bludgeoning damage.
Fine.
Bulwark, the one that you have dazed with your thunder gauntlets, he will attack you. That's battle axe. 25.
Hits.
For 20 slashing damage, reduced down to 17.
Okay.
And then a
Wait, reduced down 17. How much does Ollie take? How much do I take? Can't do that. One takes 8, one takes 9.
Yeah.
I'll take the 9.
Okay. And then a 22.
Misses.
No.
Yeah, my AC is 23.
I know you have 18 plate. 2 from shield.
18 plate, plus 2 from shield, plus 1 from a +1 shield, plus 1 from +1 plate, plus 1 from warding bond.
Okay. The third one is going to slam down with his great axe over you, Bulwark. You're expecting the hit to come to you, and slam into Malira.
Bitch.
18.
What the fuck?
That hits.
Let's see here.
It's like
20 doubled to 40, 46 points of damage.
That nearly one-shot me.
You failed 2 death saves.
Oh. Oh.
And he will bring the second attack down on you, Bulwark. But only rolls
Which
a
one's this
19.
attacking? Just for my own personal benefit, so I can follow. Which one's attacking?
Which one's attacking who now? Oh, this one here. Yep, this one threw a rock at you. This one was basically not forced, but had a better chance of hitting Bulwark because of the disadvantage from his Thunder Gauntlets. And then this one basically just brought down the axe twice, and one of them hit Malira, and one of them. So
Channel Divinity goes off, 20 HP to you.
okay, you get 20 hit points, Malira.
Cool.
You're on the ground, prone, and you have a slice through the front of your armor.
I
Not look good.
rise. Meet the sun.
I rise.
What do you do?
I could.
Lay on hand!
It could bring me up to max, but that's not. But then again,
Just don't die.
I will do the thing of casting Sanctuary on myself.
After you attack.
No, because I'm going to use all my lay on hands on myself.
Okay.
There's no point. I won't hit. I have disadvantage.
Why do you have disadvantage? Oh,
Sun.
yeah, because of the sun. Drow, man. All right, Blue, it's your turn.
I hate sunlight sensitivity so much.
What to do? I am slowly running out of spell slots.
Even on the ship yet?
Yeah, there's not too much I can do, so I'm going to. I'll Sacred Flame. This one.
Okay.
Roll that.
You rolled a 12.
Hey, I love rolling such terrible damage.
Anything else?
Nope.
Okay. Cole.
Bonus action, I'm going to second wind. So that's a D10 plus whatever level I am.
Yep, or your fighter level. Yeah.
7 plus, I believe we're level 6.
Your character sheet say I don't know off the top of my head. Probably.
So that's
We're level 2.
hit points back.
Do you add your con to that? I can't remember.
Nope.
No, it's fighter level plus 1d10.
Okay.
And then I'm going to move 5, 10, and make only 2 attacks because I've actually used my bonus action. For 16 and a. I'm scared of these fuckers' ACs.
The giants, they're big and they're full of hit points.
Yeah, but aren't they only wearing like patchwork leather armor?
Yes.
Jeez. Okay.
Bulwark.
Does anyone look particularly bloody?
The one that Cole has been fighting this whole time, yeah.
All right, I will go down and I will do an attack on that one.
Yeah, you hit and you punch him in the shin, and you hear cracking. Falls onto one leg, and then he topples over.
Oh, this
Over
was
east,
good.
sorry.
Oh god, no, this was bad.
All right, he topples over to the south, and you're fine.
Phew. And then I will come back up here
Mhm.
and I will punch that one.
Okay.
Yeah, baby. Woo! Everything's turning up bulwark in before next round.
They'll go ahead and they will lay all of their attacks on you, Bulwark.
I wouldn't have it any other way, my darling.
So let's see. Great
I
Axe,
will.
23.
I was going to say I was
That's
going to protection the first attack.
Okay. The lower roll was 23.
That hits, sadly.
So 21 minus 3 brings it to 18. Both of you take 9 points of damage.
Bless is gone.
This is gone.
About time.
Bless is gone.
Okay. And then second Great Axe attack. Only rolled a 15. Other one has 2 Battle Axe attack. 19. Lyra, it is your turn.
Cool. I'm going to go ahead and cast Bless on me, Bulwark, and Cole.
Okay. Anything
Back to
else?
bless.
Nope.
Great. When you cast that spell, the one giant who has hammered you down with the great axe, says something, and word, I don't have the monster manual pulled up right now, but the word translates to bad or dishonorable or something of that nature.
Dishonor on
I
your.
don't speak giant.
Yeah, but I'm saying that for Blue.
I also
Okay.
speak.
And actually, he probably would have said that when you got back up from death and healed yourself. Blue, it's your turn.
I shall Sacred Flame him.
The one closest to you. You rolled a 14.
Indeed.
Okay. Anything else?
Nope.
Okay, cool.
Right. 5, 10. Should be at that one's range. I am. 3 attacks.
2 misses and a third miss.
Wow.
He slams his shin down as you run at him, and this kind of like spray of sand comes up and catches you in the eyes, and you spend your turn trying to slash through, and then when you finally get the sand out of your eyes, realize you've been a few feet away and out of range. Will work.
Thunder gauntlets to the left and to the right.
Okay. That first one will hit, the second one will not.
And can I say back to him and Giant, what do you mean no honor? You're literally 5 times taller than me and still losing.
The one that you hit will go ahead and focus his attention on you. With a crit. Let's go.
I was going to
Oh,
protection.
well.
It's about time.
Familiar use protection disadvantage.
Too late.
She said it.
Still hits with a 22.
That's fine. I'll
No,
just
23
protection the
AC.
second one.
It doesn't hit.
God damn it.
You don't get to have fun.
Don't get to have fun. I'm just gonna kill all your characters. Rocks fall from the sky. Some lich nearby casts meteor storm. So they both miss you. Malira, since you interposed yourself in between that first one, the one with the great axe is going to
Wisdom save.
13, so it will instead direct its attack. Will work that attack. I rolled a 14, so it misses. Second attack, it rolls a 10 to also attack the ward. With a
Oh my god, this is so terrifying.
So glad you're
Malira,
Fighting 3 CR a million monsters, oh my god.
you're only CR8. Yep, CR8.
How's Bulwark looking?
Looking fine. Yeah, that whole how is he looking? Can I get how many hit points he's at? That's if I wanted you to know that information, I would have left the HP bars up. So don't worry about that too much. If he's getting near
Okay.
death, you'll know because he'll be bloody.
Well, I'm gonna say goodbye to Sentry and make 2 attacks on the guy next to me.
Okay.
Whack.
No.
Whack.
Also no. Yeah, it's looking like I need to throw more at you guys. You're handling this pretty easily.
Give me a level up, please.
No.
We haven't leveled. I haven't tasted a level up in so long.
Milestone.
Please,
Milestone.
Can we have a level up?
A level
I'm
up.
so
You
hungry.
want a level up?
Sacred flame.
Dex save. Nope, you rolled a 5. We'll take your
I
fire
did.
rating damage.
With my bonus action, I will third.
By the
Don't
way,
have many
this
more
map was
spells.
provided by Seafoot Games. Don't remember where I got the map. Got it somehow.
I'll healing word myself, which I rolled terrible on, but that is enough to
That's
get me.
oh, it's a 3rd level. I was like, that's a 1st level at 16. What?
Of course, I roll a 1 as well. 6 healing to Bulwark.
Okay. Cole.
3 attacks, baby.
Mm-hmm. The 18. Yep, they all hit.
Okay, so that's 22 plus 34 damage to this one.
Yep. Flashing into them shins, boy.
Give me your shins.
Bulwark.
To the left. To the right.
17 misses. And the 26 hits.
Oh, so this one has disadvantage.
Unless he hits you, yeah.
Yeah.
Malira, the one with the battle axe, he's going to focus in on you.
Oh no.
16, that missed. A 23. 19. And Bulwark, your new friend, he will slam down his great axe at you with a
Protection.
hit. Did what?
Protection.
Okay. 18 misses. And a 21, which also misses.
Thank you, Malira.
Your turn, go ahead.
2 more longsword attacks.
That was a crit you protected.
Oh. 1 sec. That'll be
Wait, so has he lost
18.
you 2 crits this fight?
Mm-hmm.
That was an
So
18
good.
against the damage for bless.
Oh, hey, sweet. No, you're disadvantaged, aren't you?
Not with saves.
Oh.
Is that an
Yeah,
18?
no, so the 18's fine. You have bless up.
I will put a divine smite into this, and since I've only got a level 2 slot, whack.
18 misses.
Oh, what?
Yeah, you're hitting the one with the shield, right? 18 misses.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't use divine smite then. Oh, I hit another. Okay. There we go. I'm up. That's me.
Okay. Blue.
Yeah.
Sacred phlegm.
Yeah, if you haven't figured it out at this point, mathematically, a Frost Giant without a shield has 17 AC.
17, really?
It failed. It rolled a 6, so it will take your 12 damage, and it will die as you call upon a column of holy fire that swallows up his pinky toe. Cole.
3 decks.
Oh,
Give me damage.
28 damage. He is still alive. Bulwark.
Thunder Gauntlets.
Those both hit. So, you kill this one. How do you want to kill him?
I will make him do the splits, like one in one leg, one in the other, and he just does the splits, and then he dies.
He falls over and conks his head on a rock on the beach. We could take a break here, but if we take a break, it's going to be 15 minutes, and then it'll be 9:30, and then we'll come back for 30 minutes. So, how do you guys feel about just playing for another 30 minutes? Cut it there.
I'm good to play for another 30 minutes.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, so we won't take a break today. We'll just play for another minutes and then end a little bit early. So you slay these two frost giants that topple over into the grass, and the beach is torn up from their great axes and battle axes. They do not have any sacks on them. The punt is beached, not quite beached. It's like off a couple, maybe 50 feet. No, not 50 feet. It's off in the beach somewhere, anchored. It's a row punt with massive oars. What do you want to do from here?
All right. Take a little short nappy nap, and then let's go to the ship.
I think Bulwark is just going to doff his armor and just start coughing blood on the on the sand. Just
This man very.
oh,
Don't overreact, Bulwark. I took half of all the damage you did.
I know. You did great. I don't think I ever went below half my vitality in that fight. I gotta say, like, this is something to really celebrate. You did a good job, everyone.
I believe I went, over my vitality at one point. And I kind of wish that would stop.
I'm getting pretty good at carving up giant chins.
You really are cool. I saw all that. Oh, but like, I'm okay, but you just get knocked around so much. I think my heart swapped place with my lungs for a bit.
Blue will offer good berries around to any that need them. I
Please.
have 24 remaining.
I would like 4 good berries.
Okay, you can
Are they
have
4 HP good berries?
Yes, all of them are.
I'll take 5. That's okay.
Ooh, I might take 5 then.
I'll take 4.
Okay, so that's a total of 14, and then I will eat 1, so 15.
So, have a short break, and then let's go row away.
Do we see any signs of life on the giant ship?
From this distance, without magic or some kind of item, it would be hard to tell. It's like half a mile away.
I really miss my spyglass.
You can make a perception check as an attempt, but it would be a very, very difficult check.
You want to try, Blue? You've got the best eyes out of all of us.
Sure.
Or
I will here.
could you make me a new spyglass? Mine went down with me ship.
Spyglass costs 1,000 gold to make.
I accidentally just closed roll 20. I'll add a d4 to whatever that was,
You rolled a 22.
plus a d4.
I could make you a spyglass,
Rolled a
but
23.
But what?
It's really hard to tell. You don't see anything right away, but that doesn't necessarily mean there's not anything on the ship. You're smart enough to know that there could be something under the deck, and even then, it's hard to tell if you could even see something on the deck from this.
well, let's have a quick think. We fought the 2 giants before, the 2 giants after that, and we saw 3 giants after that.
What's the one we killed on the quest?
We've killed at least 8 of them. How many more could there be?
I'd judging from the size of giants and the size of the ship, like I said, in the town, I'd imagine about 20. So 8 at 12.
But that would be terrible encounter design. It would never happen.
Wait,
Alright.
what? I'm sorry, I zoned out. I was thinking about something else.
I was saying, he said there might be 12 on the boat, and I said, no, that would be terrible encounter design. That would never happen.
Oh yeah, because Wizard of the Coast are well known for great encounter balancing.
Who are these wizards of the coast that you're talking about? You don't have a wizard in your party.
We did.
Now, whilst we're resting and having a little rest,
That's what I want. I want a party of 4 wizards to play on the Sword Coast, and their party name would be the Wizards of the Coast. That's all I want.
That'd be pretty good.
what are your experiences with boats?
I'll be honest, I've never been on one.
Cole, you're proficient with water vehicles. Looking at the size of this thing,
It's going to be hard to move. I know.
yeah, it's possible with the 4 of you and your combined strengths, because I think you're a pretty buff party. It would be possible for you to row this boat. It would be very difficult, and it would definitely be a
Yeah.
team effort, probably a skill challenge. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it.
I already assumed that, yeah. Alright, so I've got 3 unexperienced sailors and a punt far bigger than any punt I've ever seen. Is it about the size? How big is it? Like a small ship?
Yeah. So it's the giant equivalent of like a rowboat. But it is probably like 4 to 6 times larger than a human-sized rowboat.
Right. So it's smaller than my old ship, but my old ship had 30 men at me back. Possible.
I
That'll be
think
tricky
we should just wait a couple hours and observe the ship. We want to see if there are any. I'm not sure.
I just don't want them to sail away.
Well, if there are giants on the ship, I don't know if we can take another set today. If there's more than one, I doubt we could fend it off.
Of course we can. I'm back up to full. My tank's full.
Yes, and it's going to have to stay that way because I'm almost out of healing.
I'm far ready to go.
I think we should give it an hour or two, see if there is any other movement, maybe another punt. Do our best to hide the bodies on the shore so any other giants can't see it, I guess. Even, actually, it probably won't happen.
I'm okay with waiting an extra hour, but I really don't want them to get away again.
Yeah,
God.
we'll take a short rest. We'll take a short rest and see what happens in that hour.
Okay. If you're gonna take a short rest, that hour is not gonna be the same as you hiding these bodies, because hiding these bodies is gonna take you.
Yeah, I realize that they're giant fucking bodies, so probably not.
So do you want to hide the bodies first, or do you want to take a rest first?
Hiding the bodies.
Okay. I
No,
think you.
why
Wait,
are
what?
we hiding the bodies? Just to prevent them from seeing them, or
I don't
what?
know. One of you said something about hiding bodies.
Yeah, Jack said it, but I didn't understand why.
Also, I don't know. I was just thinking out loud.
Yeah, I think it's going to be pretty obvious if we killed them when we arrive on their boat.
Okay. You get a short rest. Nothing happens.
No movement on the ship?
Make another perception check.
Can everyone make one or just one person?
I don't care.
Okay. Oh,
Hey!
Good work. You have a stroke of genius. A stroke. You have a stroke first. One of the blows ended up putting a clot in your neck, and it's just like, ugh. No, you have a stroke of genius, and you take your glass vial. Maybe take a glass vial and you break it in half or something, and you wrangle up some kind of contraption because it's curved, right? It kind of magnifies a little bit. And you're using your little magical guidance and able to see out to the ship and scan out, and you don't see anything there. It seems pretty empty. At least the top deck seems pretty empty. And then a seagull comes in and swoops down and takes your glass.
Motherfucker. Well, I'd imagine that if there was anyone below deck, they would have come out and had a look by now. I think we're empty. So we should get in, get on and get out as quick
Let's
as we
do it.
can. Let's go. You lead the way, Captain Cole.
Thank you for using my official title.
All right, so you hop aboard this little punt. Well, this massive punt. Massive punt.
Damn it.
Someone needs to pull the anchor up, and it's a large anchor. All right, who wants to try that?
With Blue's powerful build, he will attempt to.
I'm
Okay.
also pretty strong. You want some help there?
It's gonna be an
Yes.
athletics check. Blue, it'll be easier for you. Cole, are you proficient with athletics?
Yeah.
Okay, then you can help him. You'll have advantage.
I'll pat myself also.
Yeah, I think with a 14, you just barely managed to tug it over, pulling this hefty chain. And even for you, it's a struggle. I guess with you do manage to pull it aboard. There are 2 oars, and they are very large. And currently, the boat is facing towards the beach. And you have about a half a mile's row to get to the boat. And I think
Right.
the way we're going to do this is a skill challenge. And there are a number of successes you need to make before you get to 3 failures.
Right.
You can use any skill that you are proficient in and above a certain number, which I have written down ahead of time. Well, at least now I'm writing it down. That'll be a success. So, who wants to do what? You can use applicable tools or skills, or if you have a spell that is appropriate.
Right. So we're gonna want 2 people on each oar, and the important thing is we want to do it in unison. If we're off, we're gonna start tilting.
Cole, I think that with your proficiency in, or with your background rather, being a sailor / pirate, you can turn 1 failure into a not failure.
Whew. Okay. So
Could I use my wood carver's tools to make everything like quickly, like more ergonomic, or like to try and just like cut some stuff and move some stuff around so it's easier to do the things?
Do you have woodcarver's tools readily on hand, or do you have to spend time making them?
I do have them readily on hand.
Okay, yeah, you can go make a woodcarver's tool check.
What ability attribute should I use?
I think either dex or strength, whichever is better for you.
Okay. Oh my god.
Right, because it is a natural 1, that will automatically be. Well, actually, the 14 itself would have been a failure anyway.
why is it weaver's tools?
Hey, is
I
it?
should have clicked. Sorry, I should have clicked cop. I clicked the wrong one. My bad.
Oh, well, you have to click it again.
You're gonna have to click it again.
And remember, you don't add double your proficiency to all your tools. You're actually.
I am proficient in all of those tools.
Oh, cool.
Is that failure going to be
So the
turned into a
carpenter's tools would have been the same thing, yeah.
Yeah, it would
Okay.
have been the same.
So I think what happens is you go to start carving one of the ores, and you accidentally cut too hard and you chop off a slice. So now it makes it to where people have to like squish even closer together and hold on to it. That's
Great.
the first failure, but Cole's thing negates.
Great. Great.
Blue is going to, when he takes a break from rowing, he will, using sort of some herbs and maybe a mixture of good berries, he'll try and create an ointment of some sort that helps with sore muscles or from the rowing. So I'm going to try and use medicine to assist my fellows in their rowing abilities.
Right?
Might I make it?
Are you also proficient in an herbalism kit? And do you have an herbalism kit with you?
No.
Okay.
I'm
Go ahead and make your medicine check then. Oh, yeah, go ahead and make a medicine check. It's gonna be harder
Okay.
because that's a little bit off the wall for this.
Will work.
Oh
roll
yeah,
guidance.
you come up with the perfect muscle soothing ointment that you're probably a quarter of the way there, and it helps everyone feel as you basically invented icy hot.
Yes, very good.
Okay, Cole, I heard you trying to talk though.
Bulrock, might I make a suggestion in the future? If you don't know boats, don't start carving into them.
I've seen pictures of boats. I know lots about boats. That's a rudder. And he's pointing to like the oar.
Oh,
All right, so you guys are probably about a quarter of the way there, possibly. The waves are kind of rocky because you're so close to the shore. Who wants to try something else?
all right.
Don't really have anything.
I have a +7 in athletics and a proficiency in water vehicles.
You could do either or both.
I shall guide you.
For skill challenges, we can't really do guidance. I don't think it kind of breaks the flow of it.
What stat would my water vehicles go off?
I think it would be wisdom.
Wisdom.
Well, it depends on how you're doing it, right? Like, what are you trying to do with your water vehicle proficiency? If you're trying to be a captain, that's definitely wisdom.
Move it. Cole is living
I
proof.
think that using like directing the ship, I think that would be the athletics portion.
Cole is living proof you don't need wisdom to be a captain. Okay.
Oh no, he's kind of a shit captain. He lost his boat.
Cause of a frost giant.
Yeah, a huge ass frost giant ship that you somehow didn't
came
avoid.
out of nowhere.
It didn't come out of nowhere. There wasn't a
It
fog that day.
It is all in the backstory. You have read it.
Have I though?
Do you want a violin?
Anyway, you can either make an athletics check or you can try to do something with your tools or with your your water vehicle's proficiency. Yeah, you are a powerhouse on rowing this, and you're able to take up some of the slack of your friends.
Seeing Cole do this, can I attempt to help him moving?
Yeah, you can also do an athletics check to row. You just
12.
can't use the same check twice. Malira, you tell Cole that he can take a break, and you take over his seat on the boat. However, within a very short amount of time, you find yourself getting worn out and tired, and that is a fail.
Malira, have some ointment.
Do you not remember the in unison part there, Malira?
You kind of steer back towards the rocky shore of the coast.
God damn it! All right.
Could I use my history to remember a dwarven rowing tune that I could sing for everyone to help them row in unison better?
Dwarven rowing.
Okay, so this is gonna be. It would be very difficult. I don't think it would be very difficult, but it would be difficult, and it's gonna be a charisma history check.
Oh no, I got a -2 to charisma. All my proficiencies are in intelligence, so I can't.
Right, I've got an idea. Bouncing off bulwarks, and if he's not going to do that.
No, I will not.
Right, I am going to make a performance check to sing a rowing ballad, and I'm going to use my maneuver to add a D8 to it.
Okay, yeah, sure, go for it. Cool. Natural 1. Oh,
Go on.
I cursed it.
Oh my
I cursed it.
God.
It's amazing.
Why did you do that?
It's amazing. So Cole steps up to the front while two of you are rowing, and Blue is massaging ointment into people. And he starts to sing this song, but the seagull who took your glass bulwark flies just above, and at just the right time when he opens his mouth, droppings.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd be unsurprised to know. Wait. You'd be unsurprised to know that's not the first time that's happened. I'm just going to take a swig of my water skin and try to rinse out my mouth.
Easy enough to do. All right. You got 2 successes and a certain number of failures.
Well, this is good.
Seeing, some of these failures, Blue thinks that maybe his friends are getting a little demoralized, and he will try and persuade them and say, It's okay. We can do it. It's not so bad.
Gonna give him a pep talk. All right, go ahead and make a persuasion check.
What the fuck?
Oh my fucking
No,
god!
I think we're done. We're failed.
All right, so here's what happens. Blue is attempting to kind of pep talk you guys into feeling better about not making much headway into getting to this frost giant ship. And you are all kind of distracted by him giving this pep talk, and you don't notice that the ship has veered to the cliff. And the ship, but by the time you all notice it, it's way too late, and the ship crashes into the cliff face. And I need everyone to go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw to try to jump off of the ship before you yourself hit the rocks.
Everybody would get a. Would everybody get a +3 from my aura?
Yes.
Wow. Like,
Jesus, Blue.
So,
You've got a +3 to that blue.
yeah, it's
But
gonna
it's
I
a
need
make
to
four.
it.
see the DMs again. I don't want to do too much damage, but this is intended to be deadly damage.
DM's guide for a TPK, real quick.
Well, there's like there's a section on basically average damage, like what you should deal for certain encounters.
Me not 20.
That's not it. Where is it? Is it in traps? I bet it's in traps. The table that I'm.
Yeah, I know.
There we go. All right, what level are you guys? You're level 6. All right, deadly 10d10. That's too much. That could actually kill all of you.
If you max out, that would kill me.
Yep. Let's do dangerous. Boop. All right. Bulwark, Cole, and Blue. You all three take 18 points of bludgeoning damage. Illyria, you take 9 points of bludgeoning damage as the punch scatters and destroys itself amongst the
what was
the cliff face.
that? Was a 17, not an 18, not a 14, because I have a +3. Is that
Okay.
still
You also take 9 points of damage. I forgot about the plus. And the 4 of you are kind of floating amongst the wreckage of this ship. What do you do?
shite? Well, fuck.
Start heading towards the beach, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. How far away is the ship, and how far away is the beach?
So the ship is probably about half, because you're basically where you were when you started this whole series of encounters. So you're probably about 300 feet or so from the beach, and you are probably about half a mile away from the frost giant great ship.
How many feet is half a mile? Sorry.
So a whole mile is 5,000 something feet, 5,270, 5,278, I believe. So half of that would be about 2,500 feet. You could swim. It might be exhausting. There's probably going to be some con saves in there.
Do we want to try and swim for the shore? I reckon
Right.
we can. I mean, swim for the ship.
I mean, I would like to as a player because I want to actually gain something out of this. But
Yeah, me too. I want to do it too.
I reckon we can do it if we stay next to Malira. It's a pretty good chance.
Give me a
Okay.
sec. Okay, I know how to swim.
Yeah, I mean that's fair because you've been in the Underdark this whole time. There are some underground lakes that you could have swam in as a kid.
Probably was told to go swim in it.
Okay. So I think to go that far swimming, I'm gonna need. Let me get. I'll split the journey into thirds. Let me get 3 separate con saves. Let's do one person at a time though, just so I don't have to spend time looking around. Bulwark. Let me get 3 con saves from. And remember, you have a +3 from there. I would say y'all can stay within 10 feet for pretty easy.
All right. I'm not going to go through and change the modifiers. I just add 3 to that.
Yeah, you can set a global modifier at a different 8, 25, 12. Yep, you're fine.
Yep.
Blue.
okay, let me roll 3 natural ones.
You already got 2, so
So 10 total.
Someone is chewing like bubble gum, like right in my ear. That's a little disturbing.
Yeah, it's making me wince a little bit.
All right, Blue, you're fine. Cole,
It's the lowest pass a 10
apparently, yeah.
because I've got +7 to con.
Oh, do you really?
Yeah, you literally can't fail.
Oh, yeah, you can't fail, so you're good. Malira.
We
you're
should
good.
join the Olympics.
Okay. So, you guys, I think, let me think. Like 2. Divide that by 15. And that is times 6, right? Half a mile. Wait, what did I do? Half a mile, moving at a speed 75 turns, 6. A lot of seconds. 60. Okay, so in about 20 minutes or so, you guys are able to swim from the coast to the Frost Giant Great Ship. It is anchored. And there is one Frost Giant punt chained to the Great Ship.
Right. I say we climb up that chain.
Yes.
Someone roll a d20 for me, by the way.
This is how many frost giants are on the boat.
8.
Okay. So how are you guys getting onto the ship?
Climb the chain.
The chain
Yes.
is chained to the punt.
Yeah, but it's got to be chained up to the up part of the ship.
I guess I'm
Otherwise,
asking is how are you getting up into the punt?
I've got pythons, and I will like dig them in and try and climb up like that. I guess holding them like daggers.
Make a Are you gonna leave the pythons there for your friends?
No, I will
Take
throw
2
down
and
a
like
piece of
kind of
rope.
stab them in.
Yeah, I will
Okay.
throw down a piece of rope after I'm up the top.
Make an athletics check.
I will try and assist him, pushing or trying to lift him as much as I can.
His check is more about the pole distance getting up. So giving him a boost at the start is fine. I don't know if it's enough to give him advantage on the whole thing.
Well, 13 regardless.
But I think a 13 is fine.
Yeah, and then I'll throw a piece of rope over the other side.
Okay. Let me get the rest of you all to also make an athletics check, but you can with advantage.
21.
Well, Malaria, yours would be a 14 because you had disadvantage, right?
I don't. Sunlight sensitivity is only on perception checks and attack rolls.
Oh, okay. I never played Drow or Kobolds.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone
Same.
makes it up fine. So you're on this other punt, and there is a chain to climb that is, it's kind of at a curved angle, and it's not taut, right? So it's gonna jiggle around a bit as you climb up it. And it's
Who wants
huge,
to
right?
go
Like
first?
theoretically, you could even technically like walk up this chain, but because of the angle, you wouldn't be able to. You'd have to climb, and you're all soaking wet.
Who wants to go first?
Let's do it.
All right, I'll hand Cole some rope so he can throw it down. I don't know, and help us out, I guess.
I
will
think
say
that it's longer than 50 feet. Chain.
Yeah.
I will be at the back, trying to help people as much as possible, I guess.
Okay.
Right, gonna monkey bar up the chain.
So the
I will
plan
go.
right now is just to climb up this chain. Correct? Okay.
Mhm.
Who's gonna go first?
Hey.
All right, Cole, let me get an athletics check from you.
Crit.
Without a problem, you are very swift. I think you even run part of the length of the chain before it gets too steep, and then you just kind of like climbing Jungle Gym, right? You just climb the rest of the way up, and you are on this massive 240-foot long Frost Giant Great Ship.
Just like smugly like tip my hat slightly.
I'll go next.
Right, make an athletics check.
16.
Yeah, it takes you a lot longer. You slip at one point because of how wet your hands are. And honestly, the chain is a bit wet as well. But you're able to take a moment, calm down, breathe, climbing, and you also make it up.
I will try and assist Walk.
How are you going to assist him?
Oh, I got a
Just
17.
sitting behind him, and if he falls, then I'll try and catch him.
So again, I think that the length of it is a little bit too far, but with a 17, he makes it, taking his time. He is a stout little man, but you are successful at full work in climbing this. Leaves it to you.
I'd be guiding myself.
Yeah, you could guide yourself.
Yay! I got like 25 plus.
Yeah.
I got the same as Cole.
So I don't think that you run across, right? Because
Yeah,
you're a big guy, and I think that'd be a bit scary.
I jump
But
across.
you basically kind of, I think what Blue does is I think you kind of lay flat on the chain, and you're like pulling yourself up, kind of sliding on the chain. And it's really quick because of how strong you are, with your large size or with your large build feature. So we will stop there. We'll stop as the four of you kind of pull yourselves up onto this giant ship, right? And it's a traditional great ship. It's got several masts. Actually, I think I have a map. That one.
Not bad for your first raiding target. You'll be expert pirates for me crew in no time.
How badass do you think it would be to ride this into Neverwinter?
I believe he would
We
be
get
blown
shot
up.
down, blown up.
Heading off.
Oh god, that's fucking massive.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the size of like a Man-O-War, wouldn't it be?
A lot bigger than that. Like 2 or 3 times bigger than a Man of War.
Oh my god.
Because it's giants. Okay, so you get on board this ship. There are 3 massive ballista, and kind of the headpiece looks like the skeleton of a dragon of some kind. There are several oars. This map doesn't have it, but there is like a stairway that goes down into the underdecks. There's a massive mast in the middle of it, and also a giant anchor.
Mm.
And I think good place to stop for.
This is cool.
Okay.
Gotta raid a ship! It's like being a captain again.
Oh my god, I can't wait to see what all the shit is here if they've been pillaging the Sword Coast. Oh.
All right. So if you are still watching, we thank you. I saw that we did have a couple different viewers today. Join us every Saturday at 6:30 p.m. We're gonna keep on sharing our adventures with everyone. Video also gets uploaded to my YouTube at Rainbow Dude. And anyone have social media they wanna plug?
Not really.
Follow the Australian National Government Canberra's official Twitter.
Come watch the player side at Dual JCD at Twitch.
Oh yeah, we also have a if you don't want to see like the behind the screen stuff, if that kind of ruins some of the magic for you, Joe on his Twitch streams like a player side camera. Okay, if that's it, then you guys stick around for a little bit in Discord, and I will play us out with.
I got to do the
Okay.
same.
Bye bye.